The Montana State Bobcats hit the road for the first time since August as they look for their second Big Sky Conference win over the Sacramento Hornets. SWX football in high definition starts right now.
From Hornet Stadium in Sacramento, California, this is college football on SWX. Tonight, the Montana State Bobcats travel to the capital city in California to take on Sacramento State. Hi again, everyone. I'm Chris Byers along with Mike Callahan. And Mike, there's a pretty compelling reason why Montana State and Sacramento State will play this game under the lights tonight.
Yeah, temps in the mid-90s this afternoon, cooling a little bit, but going to be a hot one.
Speaking of hot, two of the hottest quarterbacks in the Big Sky Conference go head-to-head tonight. For Sacramento State, Garrett Safran. He's had some kind of career.
He has. We're going to get a chance.
Both from them as a producer and then also for us to help be a part of that. So it's incredible.
We now head to the marshes for a story about the bright red Thanksgiving fruit so often encased in jelly. Brian Roosh happens.
Very, very good dual threat quarterbacks. These guys get it done with their arm as well as their feet. As you said, Safran, big numbers, 12 touchdowns through the air, ran in for 2 more, averages just over 300 yards in total offense, a number good enough for second in the Big Sky Conference.
And on Montana State's side of the football, Dakota Prukop, and these are two quarterbacks that really mirror each other in the way they play their game.
Similar numbers so far. Prukop, 8 touchdowns through the air, 6 rushing, averages just on the other side, the underside of 300, a number still good enough for 4th in the Big Sky Conference in total offense.
A couple of years ago, Montana State rolled in here and the two teams combined for over 120 points. Well, we'll see how that plays out tonight. Now let's bring in the third member of our team and say hello to Rob Jesselson.
Thanks, Chris. For the keys of the game, let's start with the Hornets from Sacramento State. Number one is the Hornets need to keep it with the quarterback. Sac State is a team that lives and dies with Garrett Safran. He's a player that is extremely dynamic, and Coach Ash has even described him as one of the top athletes in the conference. Second for Sacramento State is they need to tighten up their defense. Last week in a surprising loss, they gave up 44 points to Idaho State, where linebacker Darnell Sankey missed most of the game for a targeting violation. For Montana State now, they need their young guys to continue to step up. With receivers Brian Faulkner and Manny Caulfield out for the year, look for guys like Justin Page, Mitch Herbert, and Jay Sean Gates to step up in the offense. Finally, the Bobcats need to adapt to life on the road. They haven't traveled since August, and they have to make sure they don't miss a step away from Bozeman. Don't go anywhere. We'll have kickoff between the Bobcats and the Hornets coming up next.
This place is more than a university. It's a place where classrooms know no walls and fresh air is part of the curriculum. It's a place that leads the nation in Udall scholars and has more Rhodes Scholars than any university in the Rocky Mountain West. With 174 academic degrees, come find your place with us. University of Montana, a place to thrive.
Hi, I'm Deb. As a Northwestern Energy residential or business customer, you have access to a wide variety of energy efficiency programs. From rebates and incentives to numerous electric and natural gas money-saving tips, Efficiency Plus makes it easy to better manage your budget as well as your home or business energy usage. To learn more about all the E Plus programs and rebates offered, call or visit our website today. Together, we can deliver a bright and energy-efficient future.
All right, sports fans, it's game time at the Built Ford Tough Sales event. And when it comes to trucks, stats don't lie. F-150 with EcoBoost has smash-mouth power with efficiency. And with best-in-class payload, boom, F-150 hauls in the Hail Mary. And here's a stat, pal. F-Series has been America's truck for 37 straight years. And that's a dynasty, baby.
Now during the Built Ford Tough Sales event, get up to $10,986 total value on F-150. Only at your local Ford store.
As sure as the sun rises, people depend on us. There's work to do and lives to live. You need a forecast to plan your day from the team you know, the people you trust. This is the place to turn for weather. This is home. We are the Weather Authority. At Color 8 Local News, a new leader is emerging.
And welcome back to Hornet Stadium as Sacramento State gets set to face the Bobcats from Montana State. Big Sky Conference football, and you see a very, very warm evening here in the capital city. Temperature right around 90 degrees. Clear and mild is the forecast. And Mike Callahan, I expect some kind of shootout between these two teams tonight.
Well, all indications are that we're going to see plenty of offense this evening. These guys have both shown that they can put points on the board in a hurry.
And the two coaches, Jody Sears, his first year at Sacramento State, taking over for Marshall Spurbeck. Had a stint at Weber State, and of course for Montana State, Rob Ash, now in his 8th year, record of 60-29. Mike, hard to believe that coach has been at Montana State already for 8 years.
It really has gone quickly. Came in with multiple guys that year when he came in and has outlasted all of them and been extremely successful.
And with each passing game and each passing season, Coach Ash continues to work his way up on top of that all-time list that you look at in the record books. Bobcats have won the toss, will receive the football to start the game, so Coach wants to get that offense out there right away and see what they can go against a Sacramento State team that, Mike, quite frankly, has given up a lot of yards.
They have. They gave up big yardage last week. But I'll tell you what, one thing that I like, again, we saw this earlier in the year that this Montana State crew, instead of deferring when they win the toss, they have elected to receive. They want the football. That was a similar choice that they made against Central Arkansas that paid dividends to get them rolling early.
Very important game for both teams, of course, early in Big Sky play, but in particular, Sacramento State really stubbing their toe against Idaho State last week, where they put up over 500 yards of total offense and still lost to the Bengals. So they are off to that 0-1 start. Yeah, they need to win at home.
They do, but I think we saw today with the scores around the league with Idaho State hanging in there the entire way with Eastern Washington that's a pretty good football team that Coach Kramer's got in Pocatello.
Gunnar Brecky and Sean Johnson back to receive on the kick, and this football game is underway. Ball coming down to Brecky. He'll bring it out up over the 10. Brecky to the 15, still on his feet to the 25-yard line. Nice return for Gunnar Brecky, giving Montana State nice field position as we start on their opening possession. Payne West impact players on both sides of the football. Robbie Kendall last week against Idaho State, 19 tackles. And there's one of those young receivers for the Bobcats, Mitch Herbert, who came in and had quality time for Montana State. Of course, with the injury to Brian Flockhutter, some of those freshmen getting extensive playing time right away. First down for Montana State. Opening drive, little swing out there to Greibel, and he is wrapped up on a short gain. We'll give him 3, maybe 4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
Just a little quick bubble to the outside there, forcing the Sac State DBs to come up and fight through those blocks, which they did a nice job, but a good 4-yard pickup on first down for the Bobcats.
Nick Crouch in on the stop, so gain of 4, 2nd and 6 from the 29. Here's Prukup out of the gun. Looks right, throws right, and this one is going to be picked off at the 30, to the 20. 10-5 touchdown Sacramento State. Joshua Armstrong on the pick 6 for the Hornets, and right away they are on the board.
That's a big start for that defense. They gave up a bunch of yards last week, and they strike quick. Here's a replay, just throws it way outside here, and Armstrong read that all the way. He was breaking on it before the ball was even thrown, stepped up in front for the easy pick 6.
So a great start for Sacramento State here in the opening minute of the game. Brad Cornish in for the extra point. Kick is up and through. 14-16 to go, first quarter. On the interception, Sacramento State strikes first.
Well, you could just see that that was Armstrong. As you see him on the sideline, he read that play all the way, Chris. You know, obviously something that was picked up in their scouting report because he is breaking on this ball before it is even out of Prukop's hands. He was broken up hard, and really that throw, when you have the early break, is tough to complete because you're throwing the ball clear across the field.
And from the Hornets standpoint, the way they struggled last week defensively against Idaho State in that loss, that's got to give your defense a little bit of momentum in this game to get that big turnover right away.
Yeah, it certainly does. I mean, that's just huge for the start that they wanted to have. Montana State, of course, now will get it back again and try and get something going.
4th interception of the year for Armstrong, and none bigger than that one right there to give Sacramento State this early lead. And Mike, I think this is a football team that's kind of been knocking on the playoff door for the last 2 or 3 years. That's that one team that's just out of that top tier, and they had a good season last year, a good season the year before, but they just haven't been able to get over that hurdle.
Well, Coach Ash said this week that he still regards them as one of those top teams in the conference, and so far so good for the Hornets.
The coaching change obviously brought in some new changes for Sacramento State. We'll talk more about that as Brecky will field this one at the 5-yard line. Up over the 20s, got some room to the 30. Brecky, nice return to the 34. Good field position for Montana State.
Well, Brecky had the last one, had a little bit of a seam and got chipped up. Got another nice seam here, cuts to the outside, and it's going to be solid field position for Montana State starting at the 34-yard line. Drive number 2, Chris.
Drive number 2, 50 seconds into this one, as Dakota Prukop trots out, goes back to work. And they'll stay on the ground, straight ahead carry 1, maybe 2 on the play. I think that was Anthony Knight on the carry.
Anthony Knight, who we didn't see last week in his first carry. Just a straight little thing to try to get behind those linemen, but pretty well stuffed up by the Hornet front.
2nd and 8 from the 36. 3 receivers set to the left on 2nd down. They stay on the ground as Sean Johnson keeps those feet moving up over the 40 to the 41. Will bring up 3rd and 3.
Well, this is a big, even though it's the first 3rd down of this ball game, Chris, it's big already because Montana State, after the pick 6 in the first series, cannot afford to just turn this over quickly to that Hornet offensive unit.
3rd and 3 from the 41. Prukop's got his man at the 50 and into Sacramento State territory. T. Salanoa with the catch takes it all the way down to the 43-yard line of Sacramento State.
Going to his big target here. The tight end sneaks out underneath the coverage, and then he is a big load to bring down. Only 1 catch last week. Look for him to be more involved as this evening goes on.
That was a nicely designed play. They let the pressure come in, and he just dumped it over the top behind it and got the first down to the big tight end. So the Bobcats in business now in Hornet territory on 1st down. Greibel goes in motion. They stay on the ground. Johnson squirts up to the 38. Another good positive run on 1st down. Picks up 5, 2nd and 5.
Nice seam here. They just give it the quick inside. Watch the cutback lane open up. Johnson puts a foot in the ground, is able to get up, and as you said, Chris, picks up 5 on 1st down.
Nice looking drive for Montana State now. 1st down from the 38. Johnson again cuts up inside, keeps his feet moving. That's a 1st down to the 30-yard line. Mike, he's not the biggest guy out there, but I'll tell you what, he's not the easiest to bring down.
Well, he's got great vision here. They slide the whole zone left here, and he's just picking his way through the defenders and gets more than enough to move the sticks for Montana State.
Mitch Herbert now in the lineup for Montana State. 1st down from the 31. 3 receivers split to the left. And right up the middle goes Prukop. He's at the 10-5 touchdown, Montana State. Wow, what a nice play as everyone bid on the fake, and he took it straight up the middle for 6.
Yeah, you can see they bring the motion underneath, Chris. They start him across and then bring him back, and then Prukop just holds on to that one and takes it straight up, nearly untouched, up the middle of the field.
And Dakota showing that he's got some wheels once he gets into the open field. Nobody was going to catch him.
They had him. He's got, obviously, we talked about it in the open. He can hurt you rushing the football. And just like that, the Bobcats are back in contention here. It looks like we got a flag on the PAT.
Prior to the snap, contact defense in the neutral zone, number 93. The penalty is refused. The try will be replayed.
So they'll line it up and do it all over again as Daly will stay in to tip this. Boy, talk about a young guy that's making a big impact on this Montana State team already. Luke
Really
Daly,
is.
the freshman from Billings, 80% on field goals, 8 for 10, now on for the extra point. This to tie things up, kick on its way, and good. 11:47 to go, opening quarter, tied at 7.
Hello, football fans. I'm Dominic Sheldon. Welcome to another edition of the Legion's Benefit Plan Cat Grizz Update. We start off with the Montana State Bobcats, who after their first FCS game today, stay home for one of their most difficult games on the year, the Eastern Washington Eagles, who are at the top of the Big Sky Conference standings and are expected by many to contend for a national title game. Their quarterback, Vernon Adams, has said in the past the worst game of his career was played at Bobcat Stadium, so it should certainly be an exciting matchup. Also an exciting matchup, the Montana Grizzlies hit the road after seeing South Dakota today to take on the #1 ranked North Dakota State Bison. NDSU has been at the top of the FCS rankings for several seasons now, not to mention owners of the last handful of national titles. A rough road game to be sure, but one the Grizzlies have been looking forward to, as many hope to face the Bison last season in the FCS playoffs, but just missed out as they lost to Coastal Carolina. That does it for this edition of the Legion's Benefit Plan Cat Grizz Update. We'll see you next week.
Our company's health insurance plan with Allegiance gives me peace of mind.
My patient's needs always come first. That's the way it should be.
I know our growing family will be well taken care of. And you can't put a price on something like that.
Call your independent insurance agency for a quote or contact us direct. It's time to pledge allegiance.
Welcome back, everyone. Tied at 7 after Dakota Prukop's touchdown run. Let's go down for a Northwest Ford dealer sideline report and Rob Jesselson.
Hey guys, as the Bobcats had a great drive, what we saw a lot of was a lot of pre-snap motion in the backfield that drive. We haven't really seen that much in the first handful of games, and we saw it there on the scoring play where Jay-Sean Gates went in motion pre-snap, turned around, and Dakota had that zone read, was able to find a hole through the middle. So maybe look for some motion throughout the game here.
All right, thank you, Rob. And no return as they kick it back into the end zone. So 2 touchdowns on the board, Mike, and we've yet to see Garrett Saffron.
That's a little scary situation.
Yeah,
we talked about they can score, but I don't think that we anticipated coming with a quick defensive hit like that one.
Payne West impact players from Montana, or rather for Sacramento State. DeAndre Carter last week against the Bengals, 3 touchdowns, 158 yards. And Kahari Garcia last week against North Dakota had that 45-yard interception return for a touchdown. Look for that matchup tonight. That should be a good one, huh?
Absolutely.
So Saffron brings the Hornets to the line. Opening drive. Saffron looks, fires. He's got a man wide open at the 40-yard line. And this is going to be a touchdown. All the way into the end zone is Mahami Agude. And just like that, the Hornets go back on top by 6.
Well, they are coming in a hurry. That time, there's confusion in the secondary of Montana State. And as you said, he just runs right by the safety who is sitting down and thought there was help in the middle, but nobody there, and couldn't have been more wide open.
Goudet had a huge week last week in the loss to Idaho State. He's picking up right where he left off a week ago. Had 11 catches against the Bengals.
Yeah, 3 TDs so far this season, and he quickly adds to that number with number 4 tonight.
Boy, he was wide open, wasn't he? Got behind that defense, and Cornish now in for the extra point. Kick up and good. 11:37 in the first quarter. Sacramento State by a touchdown.
West End is now open at our new Shiloh Crossing location out by Shields, and Party America Heights is newly expanded. More selection, more fun, better parties with Party America.
We know energy costs are rising, and at Billings Insulation Service, your insulation superstore, we can help you save money. We'll recommend insulation for your project that will lower your monthly energy bills. We'll help you save money by selling you the exact amount of insulation you need, even if it's only half a roll. With the largest selection in Montana, we'll always sell professional-grade insulation at lower prices than the box stores. At Billings Insulation Service, your insulation superstore, we'll give you the expert advice you need, help you save money, and we always guarantee your satisfaction.
And with that timeout, let's take a minute to introduce the State Farm home lineup.
Ron Sanchez, Billings, West End.
Diana Larson, Billings West End.
Kim Freeze, Billings Heights.
Christine Kautzman, downtown Billings.
Those are some strong-looking State Farm players there, really dedicated to their community.
Oh, absolutely. I'd certainly want them on my team.
Halloween is here at Party America, and all of our costumes are 40% off. That's right, kids and adult costumes are 40% off. Party America West End is now at Shiloh Crossing out by Shields, and Party America Heights has expanded too.
Well, watch as we come back here. Let's watch the safety, Aaron Barnett, who's on that side just outside the hash. He sits down and goes absolutely bit on the out route, and there is nobody left in the middle of the field, and it is touchdown in a hurry. Sac State, one play, 75 yards, their longest of the season and the longest that Montana State has allowed.
Oh boy, we could be in for a long night if these two offenses get it cranked up. 14-7. Sacramento State and the Bobcats will get the football for the third time here in the first quarter. And this kick returnable for the end zone. And Johnson's going to be met, and they'll be stopped inside the 15-yard line. Special teams for Sacramento State come up big on that one.
Boy, that was a great hit in the middle of the field by Jacob Bowman. Bowman, excuse me. He's a linebacker playing on special teams, and wow, did he come down and put a shot on Sean Johnson. That'll bring you to a stop pretty quickly, Chris.
You gotta love it, special teams. You know that they're the guys that maybe don't get the start for you, but they can make the biggest impact on a game sometimes. First down for Prue Kopp on the pitch to Johnson's. Got a little bit of running room, but brought down at the 15. Closed that up very quickly. Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9. Looked like he was going to have a little more running room.
It did, but look at the speed on the outside. Coming up quick and making the play was number 19. That is Crouch.
Nick Crouch, the sophomore. Nice open field tackle holding Johnson to gain of 1. So 2nd down. Prue Kopp brings Greibel across. Now looks, feels some pressure, gets out of it. A little bit of running room up to the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at all the way up to the 24, so 3rd and 1.
Good
Nice
feed
game.
this time. We watch the escapability of Prue Kopp. This thing starts to break down and he gets out. Looks like he's actually going to be caught from behind, but boy, he tight ropes up the sideline, and it's going to bring up a long one or a short 2 here on 3rd down.
3rd down. Give up the middle to Knight, and Knight is met right at the 25. This is going to be very close.
It's going to be, yeah, it's going to depend on the spot here, Chris. It looked like he is going to have just enough.
Yep.
They are going to move the chains. Again, it's just Knight going up and getting that hard 2 yards. He's the guy. He's the power guy of that very talented Montana State running back crew.
Salanoa goes out. Jason Gates checks in. Gates, another one of those freshmen. And this time wrapped up for a very short gain on the play. Prukop.
Not much there for Prukop on that one as Darnell Sankey just eats him up in the middle. This is a guy who is all over the field for the Hornets. Comes in with just a few tackles, Chris. 57 coming into tonight, and that's after missing most of last week after being ejected on a targeting call.
Second down. Straight ahead give. Nets a couple on the play, so it'll be 3rd and long. Stop made by Robbie Kendall. Picks up 2, 3rd and 7 for Montana State. Mitch Herbert in at wide receiver for the Bobcats. There's the numbers for Montana State last week, 44% today. Well, they're 2-2 so far.
Well, Sacramento State has been a bad defensive unit, but they have been great on 3rd down, leading the league. But this one, not so much, Chris. A little pass out to the right side to Johnson, and he will have a good pickup for the Bobcats, and they will be into Sac State territory.
Now, normally we give all the credit to Johnson, but I want you to watch big number 71 and number 79, because those are the 2 guys that made that play work. Alex Ekoff and Quinn Catalano, the big cat, they're the ones that got that done. They were out in front of Johnson, made 2 big blocks, and that's a big first down for Montana State.
Looks like there is a Hornet down on the field, Chris. I can't see the number.
I got him. He's, I think that's number 35, J.C. Toddy, or Toddy, rather, it is. So they'll attend to him. The gain was up over midfield, so the Bobcats, they'll attend to him. The gain was up over midfield, so the Bobcats, when play resumes, will have it 1st and 10 from the 48. We really got deep into that wide receiver spot, Mike, last week with the injury situation at Montana State. And what we saw in that game against a very good North Dakota team is we saw some good freshman play, and we'll talk about that when we come back. 14-7 our score.
Barbecue?
Yeah, we got you some.
You guys know how you can tell if a place has got good barbecue, right?
Here we go.
I got a system. Pig on a sign, 1 point. Pig wearing a hat, 2 points.
Okay.
Pig and overall strumming a banjo, pull over immediately.
So what about pigtails?
Well played.
Barbecue has a new home because Wendy's has slow-cooked pulled pork. 3 tasty ways in your choice of sauce, served up just how you like it.
Now that's better.
Coach Delaney organized a Be the Match campaign last year where all of the football student athletes and the football coaches signed up to donate bone marrow. Ryan Burke turned out to be a match and ended up donating bone marrow right after the first of the year.
It gives young men an opportunity, like I say, to do things that really, really matter. And I know Ryan, he had a tough time. It was about a month recovering. It speaks so highly of Ryan and his family and, you know, just our kids in general, how they've been brought up to give rather than take.
And I would absolutely do it again and encourage everybody to sign up. And if they had that opportunity to do it, it made me feel good, but just knowing to help somebody that is fighting for their life with such a tough disease, it was a real positive experience for me, and I hope for them as well.
This SWX broadcast is brought to you in part by Tire-Rama, more than just a tire store. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future. Wendy's, Now that's better. And the University of Montana. Montana's university to study science, health, business, the arts, and the environment.
Welcome back to Bobcat Football. In the pregame show, we talked about how some of the young receivers need to step up, guys like Justin Page and Jay Sean Gates. But the Bobcats have added a new receiver, converted from quarterback. That is Quinn McQuarrie, the third-string guy, who will be playing receiver for the Cats.
Well, speaking of a receiver, Justin Page just got in the end zone for Montana State on a well-designed play. They just throw this one up in the air. He's able to come back to the ball a little bit and make the reception, and they're putting him up in a hurry, Chris.
You know, he is their big play guy. He's got so much speed, and really he just went up and took that ball away from the defender.
Well, that one was good for about 48 yards as we see the Bobcats going to move into their kicking formation now, but you know, he came into this with a long of 55, so not quite his long, but a very big pickup for the Bobcats, and most importantly, 6 points on the scoreboard.
Daly's kick is up and through. So 8:34 to go in the first quarter. Montana State ties it up on the touchdown pass from Prukop to Justin Page.
Well, take a look at it. It's just they fake to the and just do a little roll out to the right. Prukop has got all kinds of time. Bombs this one down the middle, and Justin Page wins the battle, coming back, making a catch. Touchdown, Montana State.
You know, and that was really pretty good coverage by Armstrong. He's the guy that got the pick six, but he had Page locked up pretty good. But did you see how Page used his body to get between the ball and the defender and then able to bring it down?
Did a very nice job. If that's a ball that's thrown deeper, probably doesn't get that same opportunity, but a great catch. And Montana State with a pretty solid scoring drive there, Chris. 38-yard touchdown pass to Page, but 7 plays, 85 yards.
Takes 3:03 off the clock, so Montana State now to kick it away. I think it was a big play for Montana State to answer back.
Dakota Prukop yet to have an incomplete pass. Of course, he had one to the
going the wrong way.
Other team, but the ball has yet to go on the turf when he's put it up today.
Get a look at Jody Sears, and the head coach now with Sacramento State, had a stint with Weber State. Also, he's been around for a while. Coaching stints at Washington State. And this one will not be returned, so we'll see Garrett Safran again in that Sacramento State offense.
Well, the strong lay you can see of Daly again leads the league coming into tonight with kickoffs for a touchback, and he's already got 2 more to add to that list.
First and 10 for the Hornets at the 25-yard line.
Been a crazy day, Mike, in the Big Sky Conference, and we'll bring you all up to speed on what happened today, but boy, there were some wild games that were played earlier today.
Well, look at this one. You might not get, when you're showing 10 seconds of time of possession for Sac State, that was a pretty valuable 10 seconds.
Probably can't see that how that translates into 14-all.
But if you're just turning in, you're going, what is going on?
Flag before the play.
Penalty flag on the field.
Game, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So delay a game on the Hornets, backs them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15. Mike, you talked about it in the pregame about how these two quarterbacks really mirror each other, and they really are a lot alike. Safran can run the football and run very effectively. He's got a great arm, sees the field really well. You'll see him spread the ball around a lot tonight. First and 15 from the 20. Safran straight drop, looks, now throws it out here and again. And that is caught for a first down up to the 42-yard line. And once again, Agude, the man that caught the long touchdown pass, brings it in again.
This is simply the same route as they ran the first time for the touchdown. And it is working again. That time, the corner does get up the field a little bit of pressure there. But, boy, a great catch. 2 for 2 so far for Safran and Aguda.
Gain down to the 44, Montana State, first down. This time they stay on the ground. Short run by Jordan Robinson will bring up 2nd down.
Well, let's look at the replay here on this one, but just a little fake inside, but good job. I believe it was Sheridan that made the first contact there, but a nice stop up the middle. 2nd and 8.
Ball at the 41 on second down. Safran surveys the field. Here comes pressure straight up the middle. Safran's going to throw one long and deep again, and this one is almost picked off. Good coverage that time by Bryson Keaton as they went to Agudi again. Well, they found something that they like because they have gone to that route at least 4 times.
Well, they're working this matchup here. As you can see, the ball go deep, but much better for the Bobcat defenders. That one almost looked like it was going to be picked off by Keaton, but a play on the ball by Aguda knocked it to the turf.
Incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 7 from the 41. Safran throws it out here. Flag on the play. If it stands, it's a first down to the 31, but let's see what the flag's all about.
Flag seemed to come in pretty early, Chris. Clearly enough for the first down if the infraction is not on Sacramento, but it looks like they may back them up a bit.
Illegal shift. Offense number 2. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
It's against DeAndre Carter. And right there, yeah.
You can see it just they got 2 guys moving on the snap.
So what would have been a first down now brings up 3rd and long. It's going to be 3rd and 12 from the 47.
This is a Sac offense that's converting over 40% of their first down attempts against a defense that is giving up about 40%.
4 receivers set on 3rd down. They bring Carter across, and here's Safran. He's going to set up the screen pass. This is caught at midfield, but nowhere to go. Nice job by the Bobcat defense to wrap up Jordan Robinson, and the Hornets will be forced to punt.
Great play, nice read on the screen. Safran tries to buy a little time for his back to get out, but well read by Keaton. 98 there as well. Singleton coming from the backside, and it's going to be a punting situation for the Hornets.
Poor kick off the side of his hood, and really with an opportunity to pin Montana State deep in their own end. They're going to have great field position. They're going to mark this.
Well, he's walking right up. It looks like they're going to be
30-yard line.
Yeah, just about the 29, I think. But not much of a punt that time for the Hornets. Montana State will have the ball back with a chance to go ahead, Chris.
Still have 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's been a wild start to this one. One of the things I liked about Prukop is he could have been really rattled after that interception return for a touchdown, but he just came back in, let his team down for a score. He throws it out there to Johnson. Johnson makes 1 tackler miss and then out of bounds at the 34-yard line. So gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 4.
Percentage a throw out to the flat here. Then you've got a guy who's dangerous in space. Sean Johnson, as you said, makes 1 guy miss, sneaks it up the sideline for a good pickup on first down.
Chad Newell in the backfield for Montana State on 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Johnson close to a first down, looks to be just maybe a half-yard short to the 37-yard line. Well, inside handoff, Mike, and Johnson has a way of finding that hole, doesn't he?
Good job of picking his way through the defender. Not a glaring open seam there, but it's going to be just short of the first down yardage.
3rd and a short 1, we'll call it. Johnson's met, falls forward. Well, we'll see if that little extra effort got him the first down. I think it is.
They are going to the spot on top. They're saying move the chains. He's signaled that the linesman has signaled the crew to move him upfield. But you're right, Chris. He wasn't there. Initially stopped well short of first down yardage, but a good second push by the senior running back.
So Johnson's effort keeps the football in the hands of Montana State from the 39. Johnson makes a nice little move to get outside. Another nice gain on the play, all the way to the 45-yard line, taken down by Robbie Kendall, but not before he picks up 6.
Boy, a nice pickup, and watch him secure the ball as he knows he's going to be hit. That's a heads-up guy who's been through some battles here. He's a very tested senior. Off to a good start, Sean Johnson.
Yep.
He's been effective, both catching the ball, 7 carries, rushing the ball. Picked up some good chunks as well.
Prukop wings it out there at the 45. And Greibel's got a first down to the 46-yard line.
Well, here we're seeing the old Wiley guy on this receiving crew now that they've gone to almost exclusively freshmen. But a nice job again. You see a Montana State offensive player making that first guy miss and picking up good yardage.
Greibel was very complimentary of those freshman receivers earlier this week and talked about them at length. First down from the 46. They stay on the ground. That time the Hornets defensive line really stuffing that play right at the line of scrimmage.
Great job up front. Sankey involved as well, but really for the first time since early on, we see the Bobcats get stuffed on first down. They've had some pretty good options available to them, Chris, when they're picking up 4 and 5 at a shot. But that is a big load inside right there.
When you can't get the jersey over, when it gets stuck like halfway, that's a big boy.
That's just form fitting.
Here's Prukop, who's got some running room. Breaks 1 tackle down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3rd and 3.
Good job by the Headsy quarterback. He's not looking to run it, but he's more than happy to take off if the chance presents itself.
It's Ben Calger being attended to on the sideline.
He's the defensive end. It looks like may have been a little shaken up.
3rd and 3 from the 39. Prukop, that's a run all the way, and this time Prukop is wrapped up after no gain, so the quarterback draw did not fool the Hornets that time.
No, they're going to be short. It's going to be 4th and about 2 here, but you see, you're right, Chris, it was run all the way, but just well defended by the Hornet defense. You can see they had Fernandez was right there.
Cats will go 4th and 2. Prukop fires it out there to Greibel. He's got a first down and more.
Well, we've got a flag that comes in late in the middle of the field, generally an area where you might get a holding call, but the play was well executed, and it's enough to move the chains so long as the penalty is not on Montana State. They'll get it all figured out there for us, Chris.
There is no penalty for offensive pass interference as the ball was caught at the line of scrimmage. First down.
All right, so the catch will stand, and
what
that's
you've
big.
got, watch the block on the outside there that you can see, and that you obviously aren't allowed to do that while the ball is in the air if it is thrown beyond the line of scrimmage, but at and behind the block by Roderick was really what sprung Greibel on the play.
Gain is to the 32 and a first down. Here's Prukop. He's got all kinds of time and has a man wide open at the 20-yard line, and that's the backup tight end Lee Perkins on the catch.
Well, he's got lots of receivers open on this one, Chris, as he looks up the field, but the under route he sees goes to it, and I love to see Montana State getting those tight ends involved early. It's something that they haven't had a lot of receptions going into tonight, and it really adds a lot to that attack when you start using those big boys up the field.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Give us to Johnson, breaks 1 tackle, but he's going to be taken up and wrapped down. Big loss on the play, and that was great defense by number 44, Darnell Sankey, their leading tackler. Came into this game with 57 tackles already.
You can see him. He is so active in the middle of the field, goes all the way outside, pursues, and just makes a great form tackle on Johnson, bringing him down for the 2-yard loss.
2nd and 12 from the 22. Prukop Throws it into the back corner, and this is incomplete. Flag on the play, and there's going to be pass interference. It was intended for Mitch Herbert, and he got locked up there in coverage by Anthony Payne, and they're going to get Payne on the pass interference.
Yeah, you can see there's a lot of contact early on. There's a little bear hug, and then continues to push through. I really think that you can't be too upset if you're Sac State, because if he doesn't do that, he was beat for 6.
Holding of an eligible receiver. Defense, number 12. Correction, number 24. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that'll take it down to the 12-yard line.
Well, the fans don't like it here. You can hear those boo birds coming out, but as we can see from the replay, that one was pretty cut and dry.
After the penalty, the ball is spotted at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
So 1st and 10 now for Montana State. Prukop, little shovel pass inside to Newell, and Newell gets down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Let's go down on the field and join Rob Jesselson.
Hey guys, I just want to give you a quick injury update. The left defensive end starting for Sacramento State, Ben Cowger, was walking very gingerly off the field and into the locker room. His return is questionable.
Okay, thanks, Rob. So pickup of 2.
We saw him on the sidelines, and that looked like they were looking in his eyes, which is indicative that they may be assessing him for a possible concussion.
Prukop throws back the other way, and this is going to be 6 points as they go to Perkins. And Lee Perkins out of Great Falls gets the touchdown. So 2 big catches for the big guy, and the second results in 6 points.
The tight ends are getting involved in the early going of this one. You can see they roll him to the right, throw back left, and there's just a whole lot of space between he and the linebacker who was in coverage. Chris, that's just his second and third catches of the season, but they have been
pretty big ones.
Big on that drive for Montana State. Still, as we're into it, Dakota Prukop still has not thrown an incomplete pass. He's 10 of 11 with 1 INT.
Here it is again, and this was really nicely set up as they rolled right, got everyone going that way, and then brought Perkins back across underneath.
They drug him all the way underneath the formation, and that's a tough one for a linebacker. If you get caught looking into the backfield, you're going to lose that man across the middle of the field.
Sears having a few words on the official from that last series. I think he might still be questioning that call, or that no call rather, on Greibel where they converted that first down.
Well,
it was pretty animated.
It was clearly a close call. I mean, when you say at the line of scrimmage, you don't have another inch to spare on that one. So I'm sure from this side of the field, he had a view that was pretty lengthy, but obviously he's pretty steadfast in his opinion of what happened.
Northwest Ford Dealer sideline report. Let's go to Rob.
Hey guys, we just saw Lee Perkins make some huge grabs in that possession for Montana State. He's actually known as the best blocking tight end for the Bobcats. He gets so low, and that's why the Bobcat players call him the Bulldog, because his blocking is so low to the ground.
All right, so this one will be returned. And a nice return up over the 30 to the 35. Great field position for the Hornets. That was Henney on the return for Sacramento State.
Boy, this one gets set up. They got a good wall here to the right side of the field. He gets behind it and just ducks outside. And then watch him take the inside seam there and move that one up the field. As you said, Chris, that'll be good field position at the 40 for this Hornet offense to try and get going again.
Do you get the feeling, Mike, that this might be one of those games where no lead is ever safe?
I definitely have that feeling.
So Garrett Safran brings the team out on first down. 25 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Safran on a quarterback keeper, and he's got running room. Safran to the 30, down inside to the 25-yard line, and a first down for the Hornets.
Well, now we can see, we talked about these are dual threat quarterbacks. And it is very clear here that this guy, he just pulls it down on the read, gets inside the block of that big tackle, and turns it upfield, runs out of the hands of one tackler, and smartly gets out of bounds at the end of that run.
Safran's got pretty good size for a quarterback, 6'1", 200 pounds. We'll see if he gets this play off. And he just does. They stay on the ground, not much, gain of 1 on the play, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter, an entertaining quarter here in Sacramento, California, with the Bobcats leading by 7 over the Hornets.
.3 The Zone, Billings' #1 rock station for a reason. Find out how this could be you. At the biggest game in the world, everything rocks on 96.3 The Zone.
And with that timeout, let's take a minute to introduce the State Farm home lineup.
Diana Larson, Billings West End.
Mike McElvey, Billings Heights.
Brian Nearpass, Billings West End.
Jeff Boyd, Billings West End.
Those are some strong-looking State Farm players there, really dedicated to their community.
Oh, absolutely. I'd certainly want them on my team.
Hurry in for our limited time offer. Free kids cleaning, exam, and x-rays for all new patients. You must schedule at our pediatric center by October 15th.
After 70 years of serving the Billings community, Underwriter Motors has moved our downtown location. Hi, I'm Bill Underwriter. We're excited to make your car buying experience with us even better. Our brand new Hyundai, Buick, and Volvo dealership is now located right next to our Honda store on Zoo Drive. With hundreds of choices and fantastic deals, we are ready to serve you through each stage of your life. Come see for yourself why Underwriter Motors is the better buying experience.
Win a trip to the game February 1st in Phoenix. For real. Be at Hooligans every game and listen to 96.3 The Zone to qualify live. Everything rocks on 96.3 The Zone.
Back with the start of quarter number 2. Well, the fans are loving it tonight, being treated to a great game. There's the numbers on the two quarterbacks. Prukop for Montana State, 5 carries, 43 yards and a touchdown. 1 carry, 36 yards for Garrett Safran. Not much there, as this is going to bring up 3rd down.
Montana State brought pressure up the middle. I think that ball may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage and floated high out of bounds.
3rd down and 9 for the Hornets.
Well, they have been a pretty solid group, right? About ranked 5th in the conference, converting just over 40% of their 3rd downs. Let's see what happens as they drum up this one.
Big play here for this Sacramento State offense on 3rd down. From the 23 now, flags come flying. And there's a whole lot of bad things happening on that play. Bad snap,
I don't know.
Players moving.
Well, start. Offense number 51, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
See if you can see it, Mike.
They got the center is actually moving a little bit before he snapped the ball, and he was a little bit out of whack there. Not only did he get off a little early, but he stuck that one. Looked like he was bowling, Chris, and not snapping.
4 penalties for 25 yards for Sacramento State. 3rd down, Safran. Tried to check down and then throws it out there. I don't know what they're... assuming that's an incomplete pass, but...
It certainly looked like it went forward, and they are going to call incomplete. You can see the replay. Just some good pressure that comes in late up in the face of Safran from the outside and forces that to... He got into his body a little bit, and that one went into the turf, and it's going to be 4th down.
This is going to be a long field goal attempt.
A 45-yard field goal for the Hornets. Number 58, Brad Cornish.
This would be his.
Yep.
I think he's gone as long as 48, so
this is 45.
probably within his range, Chris.
Straight on, look at it. Here's Cornish, gets a foot into it. I think that might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage.
I think you're absolutely right, Chris. I'm not sure who got it, but
well, Sacramento State catches a big break there. As apparently they got a timeout called before the snap, so they'll get another crack at this. And
yeah, I didn't see the timeout being called, but obviously there was something that came from the sideline. It was not on the field because they were going ahead full speed with trying to kick the field goal.
See if we can see it again. Just who got a hand on it. Clearly it was batted right at the line of scrimmage, but they did get the timeout, so Cornish will get another attempt here from 45 yards.
You can see just difficult to see who comes through here, but there's penetration in the middle. Boy, it was right up the middle. I couldn't see it. That may have been Sheridan.
All right, so here we go again. Cornish. This season, 7 of 8. He's already got one at 48, so he's got the leg for this. Kick on the way, plenty of leg on this one, and it is no good. So he pushes it wide right, and Montana State gets the football.
Got a second bite of the apple there, Chris, but not able to convert that one. A big break for Montana State, and this is the Sac State. They have struggled a little bit in the red zone as of late. Turned it over twice in the red zone last week in their loss at Idaho State, but this one, just as they say, wide right.
Close. Very close. So Montana State now gets the football, and so far the Hornets have not shown any ability to stop the Montana State offense, save that first interception that went for a touchdown. So 3 receivers set to the right. Johnson gets the football, ducks up inside, met and ridden down at the 30, picks up 2, maybe 3 on the play.
A little bit of pickup. Looks like he has a seam to the outside, but it just gets stuffed. You can see there's just some good speed on the defense. Gets behind that big tackle, but Sankey again coming from the middle. I believe he's got near double-digit tackles, Chris, and we're still early in the second quarter.
Here's Prukop now rolling right. Still looking now, fires out here, and this one is incomplete. Down at the 30-yard line. That was a nice pass, and intended for Jayshon Gates, who had a look at it but couldn't bring it down.
Boy, credit the big guys up front, because he's got a lot of time. He buys a little time by getting out on the corner. But boy, this is one looked like it was going to be pulled in and would have been a nice response after the stop by the defense to get that ball moving quickly.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 7 from the 31.
It's going to be another timeout called from the sideline of the Hornets, as they saw something in that matchup that they did not like.
Their second of the half, 14-10 to go, second quarter. Cats by a touchdown.
To know right now. That's why Color 8 Local News is powered by Mobile 8. It's like a live truck in a backpack, except when the other guys run out of cable, We keep running, taking you live to where the real action is. Mobile 8, only on Color 8 Local News. A new leader is emerging.
Watch the Color 8 News wherever you are, live on the SyncBack app. Download the SyncBack app from the Apple Store or Google Play today and get the whole picture from Color 8 News.
Let's check scores from around the Big Sky Conference today, and boy, some wild games in particular. How about that one in Cheney? Eastern Washington holds off Idaho State 56-53. The Grizz get a touchdown late in the game to beat North Dakota. Northern Colorado over Northern Arizona. Portland State leads Davis in the third. 3rd and 7 for Montana State as Prukop throws out there, and boy, that is well, flag comes in. Catch is made at the 45.
Boy, it was a nice throw and catch. I believe that was Herbert. Herbert on the outside, but we'll see what the flag is. You can see he just tosses this one just over the top of that outside shoulder. Herbert does a nice job of going up and getting it.
Did you get control of that?
Absolutely did, I think. How about that? Absolutely, I think. I'm covering both sides, Chris.
Holding of an eligible receiver. Defense number 7. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down.
Well, let's take a look at it and see which part I was right on, because I gave both answers, but you can see he does go up and get it, bobbles it here, but it looks like he clearly caught it before he got, and you can see from the great replay there that his arm was underneath. Regardless, the chains are going to move, and they're going to give him the catch.
So the gain is to the 45, 1st and 10. Johnson comes across, gets the football. Up over midfield down to the 48 of Sacramento State. Nice 7-yard gain by Johnson. Bring us up 2nd and 3.
Boy, watch Chad Newell get out in front of this one and kind of spring him up the lane here. Turns out there, just misses that blocker. If he could have got just a piece, I think Johnson might have sprinted upfield to the end zone.
Johnson showing great patience, too. He waited for his blockers to get out in front of him and picked his spot and picked up 7 on the play. So 2nd and 3, just underway, 2nd quarter. Prukop to Tanner Roderick, who makes the catch at the 35. Takes a huge hit at the 30. But it's more than...
Takes a huge hit and keeps on taking them. Wow, that Sac State. This is a ball that we haven't seen Prukop throw yet today. This one, he's floated a lot of balls in, and this one he just drills on a rope to Roderick, who pulls it in and moves the chains again for Montana State. So far tonight, Chris, with the exception of the one play that went the other way for Prukop early on, he has been exceptional.
1st down from the 30. Quarterback draw. Prukop is going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and ridden down. Loss on the play, and again, just really good interior defense by Nathan Castro, I think, is the one that makes the play.
Well, he gets a little help, but he's got Tuilopu there as well. Good stop. It's going to be a loss of 3 for Montana State, and they will be, just really, I think, the first time backed up on 2nd down.
2nd and 13 from the 33.
Knight into the game, so they got a little bit more power look if they need it. He may be in there to block on them.
Inside handoff to Knight. Knight falls forward to the 31.
Boy,
so they're gonna
nothing.
Get him 2.
Tries the right side of the Hornet defense, and there's nothing there. They were all over that play, Chris.
Short gain. 3rd and 11, picked up 2.
See Castro tapping out on that at the end of that one. Looked like he may have been a little banged up, and he goes to the Hornets sideline. He'll sit this one out.
Might be just a little bit out of the range of Luke Daly. So let's see what they do here from the 31 on 3rd and 11. Here's Prukop. Throws one long and deep for Greibel, and this one's almost intercepted in the end zone. Incomplete pass brings up 4th down.
Well, that was a dangerous choice. You see Prukop, he gets forced out of the right side of the pocket and then just takes a shot throwing this one into the end zone, but plenty of defenders there. Very easily could have been intercepted.
All right, so Luke Daly is on for a long field goal, 8 of 10 on the season, 80%, and this one is going to be spotted at the 39-yard line, so this will be a 49-yard field goal attempt.
Well, I watched him warm up, Chris, and this was well within the range that he was driving the ball through.
Well, timeout. Montana State, their first timeout of the half.
So Montana State will use their first timeout. And they'll talk about it. Yeah, Daly's definitely got the leg to kick it from 49 yards. The redshirt freshman from Billings Central. I used to enjoy watching him in practice when we go up and interview the team, and he's got a leg on him.
Well, he has certainly been a great, somewhat of a surprise, I think, coming out and playing very solid in the early going for Montana State. He was awarded the Big Sky Conference Special Teams Player of the Week last week when he drilled 3 field goals in at pretty adverse conditions at Montana State.
Helped the Bobcats win over North Dakota, and boy, North Dakota put quite a struggle to Montana today over in Grand Forks. The Grizz get a field goal right as time expired to win it 18-15, but North Dakota made that very interesting. And as you said, Mike, last week, Daly, the Big Sky Special Teams Player of the Week, 3 for 3. And this one now from 49 yards from the right hash. He gets a foot into it. Looks like he's got the distance, and this is no good. So Daly misses wide on the field goal attempt. Montana State's turned away, and the Hornets with the football.
Well, we've seen both kickers come up just a little bit short, or not short, but outside. I think this one just gets a little bit left on him, Chris.
11:16 to go in quarter number 2, 21-14 our score.
The Sleep Center by Conlon's knows sleep is important. Every night, the average adult gets an hour and 5 minutes less than they need. That's 2 weeks of lost sleep each year. With queen sets starting at only $2.99, you'll find the right mattress for the sleep you deserve at the Sleep Center by Conlon's.
Heritage and tradition run deep in Bighorn County. Crow Fair and Native Days honor those who fought to preserve the life and heritage of the Native Americans. The Real Bird reenactment of the Battle of the Little Bighorn looks to the past for wisdom and strength. Everyone in the community is encouraged to be a part of a culture that helped unite a people. Hardin Chevrolet is proud to be part of your community and the Native culture in Bighorn County.
As a driven business owner, you want to pursue your dream, not worry about administrative chores, employee benefits, and HR. With Avitas Group, you don't have to. We'll provide the solutions you need. Everything from payroll and taxes to online marketing and IT. For each and every operational need, Avitas Group has an entire team of diverse, specialized professionals. Follow your dream. Leave the logistics to us.
The Sleep Center by Conlon's knows sleep is important. Sleeping an extra hour every night burns the same calories as running 184 miles. With queen sets starting at only $2.99, you'll find the right mattress for the sleep you deserve at the Sleep Center by Conlon's.
Sacramento State with the football. You see quarterback Garrett Safran. Prukop's been the busier of the two, 12 of 15 for 169 and 2 touchdowns. Safran just 3 of 6, but Mike, he hasn't really had the football hardly at all in this first half.
No, he hasn't, but just 3 of 6, but still up over 110 yards. But obviously that big 75-yarder to start things up helps a whole bunch.
They stay on the ground. Robinson, the ball carrier, up over the 40. And that'll be a gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
Do a nice job of getting him to the outside and sealing this corner. Good pull block there, but Keaton there to make the stop for Montana State, but not until it's a big pickup on first down of 9 yards.
Safran now out of the gun on 2nd and 1. They stay on the ground. And that's going to be a loss of 1 on the play and bring up 3rd down.
Alex Singleton coming up from his linebacker stop to make this one. Watch him come hard. Believes his read, comes up, makes a nice tackle. It's going to be 3rd and a long 1. Chris, maybe short 2, depending on your point of view here, but a big 3rd down nonetheless.
Well, they would love to keep the football here, and
Well, particularly because their defense has not shown any ability beyond the interception to stop the Montana State offense.
Saffron on a straight drop, floats one out here, and that is incomplete. Keaton with a great job locked up there in single coverage. That was intended for DeAndre Carter, but Keaton right there to knock it down.
Keaton does a nice job. You see, this one comes all the way across the field, and Keaton is there, has time to break over the top of this one, make a play on the ball. That's going to be 4th down, and the Hornets will be forced to punt.
Smith Heath will do the kicking, standing at his 25. Sean Johnson back to receive. This will be the first punt of the night for the Hornets. That's a nice one. And Johnson makes the catch at the 20, doesn't opt for the fair catch, and he is taken down immediately. Bobcats with the football when we come back.
Listen up, sports fans. If you drive a truck, you know it's all about stats. And at the Built Ford Tough Sales event, we've got the numbers right here. Ford Super Duty, best-in-class horsepower and max towing capacity. That's how you punch it right up the gut now. And here's another stat, folks. F-Series has been America's best-selling truck for 37 straight years. That's called a dynasty, baby.
Now get $7,000 in total value or 0 for 60 plus up to $2,000 cash back on Super Duty. Only at your local Ford store.
The people of Quisero, Kenya, asked our student group to join them in bringing clean water to their schools. We are the Montana State University chapter of Engineers Without Borders. We use what we learn in our own classrooms to cross boundaries and create solutions. At Montana State University, we work together. We change lives.
Barbecue?
Yeah, we got you some.
You guys know how you can tell if a place has got good barbecue, right?
Here we go.
I got a system. Pig on a sign, 1 point. Pig wearing a hat, 2 points.
Okay.
Pig and overall strumming a banjo, pull over immediately.
So what about pigtails?
Well played.
Barbecue has a new home because Wendy's has slow-cooked pulled pork. 3 tasty ways in your choice of sauce, served up just how you like it.
Now that's better.
It hasn't been an easy path, but looking back, you wouldn't change a thing. Tradition, heritage, as well as keeping an eye out for the future, are all part of belonging to this place. We feel the same way, not only about life here, but about banking and our responsibility to be there for you in any way we can. Financial success at home and on the range, it's bigger than banking. It's you and I together.
First down for Montana State from the 20. Let's go downstairs to Rob Jesselson.
Hey guys, left end Benko Kerr has returned to the field for Sacramento State, except in street clothes. He will not return into the game.
All right, so Montana State with the football from the 20. Still 10 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Johnson got some room to the 25. Johnson up over the 30 and a first down to the 32.
Good seam there.
Yeah.
T. Salanoa comes around and is able to set the edge on this. Good pull across there, and then you can see Salanoa just opens it up to the outside.
Got everybody moving one way, and then the nice cutback for a gain of 11. So first down from the 32.
Boy, this offense, Chris, has got a pretty good start, as you see Johnson's stats, but
Johnson gets to the outside. Another flag comes down in the backfield. Johnson with the carry up over the 35, but we'll see what this one is. Probably coming back.
Yeah, I think they've got a couple of holding calls to choose from on that one, Chris.
Holding. Offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Well, let's see if we can see it. They call it on left tackle. John Weidenauer, you can see, yeah, just
tackled him.
Yep. Good tackle by 55.
The loss is back to the 22. That's just the first penalty on the night for Montana State.
Yeah, they've been playing a very solid, clean game thus far. Well, it almost certainly looks like a throwing situation here with 1st and 20, but boy, Prukop has already connected with 8 different receivers, Chris, as we see him go down the middle of the field looking for Roderick, but well defended by the Hornets. It's going to bring up 2nd and a long 20.
Boy, he had all day to throw the football, too. He just sits back there in the pocket, looking, and then goes out there for Roderick. Incomplete, but good coverage there.
You can see the pocket is just solid. Gets a little bit of pressure at the end, but boy, he had more than enough time to deliver that football if he had a receiver open.
2nd and 20. Bring in Quinn McQuarrie. Here's Prukop. Throws it long and deep again, intended for Roderick. Incomplete pass. Brings up 3rd down. I mentioned that McQuarrie was in at wide receiver, and we were told that he would get some reps at wide receiver tonight. An outstanding athlete, Mike, of course, recruited to play quarterback, but with this injury situation, chance for him to get into the game.
It was right in the middle of that quarterback battle in fall camp, but with the injuries they've had, you know, it's one of those situations when you've got talented players, which he is certainly one, you've got to find a way to get them on the field.
Third and 20 now as they will stay on the ground to Johnson. Johnson wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Again, good tackle there by number 44. Guess who? Sankey.
They play it safe here. Just give the ball to Johnson. He gets a little bit of cutback, but, you know, just solid defense. In the middle of the field, they've been pretty dang good, Chris. It's just they've gotten over the top and behind on just too many occasions. But
DeAndre Carter back to receive, standing inside his 35. Trevor Bolton on to punt. Gets this one away. Carter signals for and makes the fair catch at the 37-yard line. 8:22 to go in the 2nd quarter. Montana State up by 7 over the Hornets.
Hey, Greg, what do you have for my shiny things?
WeatherGuard has a toolbox for you. Diamond plate and black powder coated. For the construction industry, personal use, many different applications. Stop by Northern Automotive and check out all of our WeatherGuard toolboxes.
Rusty knows the best place to shop for the best farm and ranch supplies. SI feeders deliver better feed to your cattle with less waste. Hay, silage, ground feed, or whatever you're feeding, SI has a feeder for you. 2W has a versatility to build the cattle handling system you want. The Wrangler system by 2W is the easiest adjustable tub and alley system on the market. The gate is always open at Western Ranch Supply.
ATV, motorcycle, RV, marine, your local Napa Auto Parts store wants you to know we have that for whatever you drive. In fact, Napa Auto Parts now carries nearly 450,000 parts for power sports, ag, lawn and garden, automotive, and more. See for yourself. Visit NapaOnline.com, enter your zip code and vehicle to shop for parts, or stop by your nearest Napa Auto Parts store. We have that. That's Napa know-how you can use. Nationally known, locally owned.
Hey Greg, what have you got for my truck?
AMP Research products from Lund have a step that opens when you open your door and closes when you close your door. They even have a tailgate step that helps you get in and out of your truck. Stop by Northern Automotive and check out all the Lund products.
This SWX broadcast is brought to you in part by Blackfoot Telecommunications, the region's business technology leader. Northwest Ford Dealers. Drive one at your Montana Ford store. CompareFord.com. Allegiance Benefit Plan. Your benefits at work. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines. 1st and 10 for Sacramento State, straight up the middle, and Robinson is off to the races down inside the 45 to the 43 of Montana State. Keaton in on the stop, but not before.
Just a quick give there, but a nice seam on the outside. Got a good down block by the tackle and the guard. And boy, Robinson can hit it up in there, Chris.
He sure can. Good straightaway running there, and a first down to the 43. Winding down to the 8-minute mark in quarter number 2. Hornets trail by a touchdown. The way this game started, Mike, I thought we were really going to light up the scoreboard, but both teams kind of settling down now and playing much better defense, and you see a good example of that right there.
Just good, solid play up the middle that time. Coden came down, or Odin Cole comes down from his end. I think you've got a push inside. You got the linebackers getting there. Sheridan is holding his ground. Just a solid, solid job up front. The Hornets have been trying to get that running game established a little bit these last two series. Besides the one good pop they just had with Robinson, it has been tough sledding.
Here's Safran, looks out to his right's got a man, complete. Ball is caught and then fumbled, but they're going to say incomplete pass. This is very close because it looked to me, Mike, as though after the catch was made, Agude did take a step forward. Let's take a look.
You can see the ball is thrown out where it needs to be.
Well,
yeah,
no.
I think he did take a step, but I don't think he ever secured the football there, Chris. So a good call by the official is going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Hornets.
Third down conversions, so Hornets 0 for 3 tonight, looking for their first from the 42.
Montana State showing pressure up the middle. They bring one backer and drop one out.
Safran, incomplete pass.
Well,
intended for Carter.
Yeah, he was looking for Carter, but boy, we haven't seen much of Carter so far after putting up big numbers previously. He comes into this game with a whole bunch of catches, 32, 165 total yards, but and he was, I think, had 14 catches alone just last week at Idaho State.
Smith Heath into punt. Standing just inside the 45-yard line. Try to angle this for the corner, gets it up there high. This one hits at the 5-yard line, but gets into the end zone for the touchback. So punts into the end zone. Bobcats with the football. So now teams on offense trading punches, Mike, and the defenses are responding much better here in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've seen 3 defensive stops if you count the fact that both teams were forced into failure on the field goal. But as you look at some of the numbers, look at 8 different receivers already that he is, and he's just getting to know about half these guys, Chris.
Hey, you. No, honestly, yeah. I mean, they have not worked a lot together as ones. We saw them last week against North Dakota, but tonight, lots of new faces out there. So first down for the Bobcats from the 20. And Prukop keeps the football. This one's coming back.
Yeah, they're going to get number 17, Chad Newell, with the hold on the outside. Just good upfield pressure. He was not able to get that in sealed, and just gave him a little affection here.
Well, he knew it too. As soon as he did it, he kind of brought his hand up.
Had a couple of penalties.
17, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Last week out there too. So you know, for the second time now, we've seen Montana State get backed up on the penalties. But watch 17 Newell here on the outside. You'll see
right there.
Just grabs on and tried to let go, but it was too late. The damage had been done, and that yellow flag was flying.
A lot of penalties in this game tonight, so the loss on the penalty back to the 10-yard line, 2nd and 20. Prukop on the quarterback keeper up over the 15, ridden down, gets 5 on the play. Armstrong in on the stop.
Kendall there as well. You can see just not much going that time. Picks up a little, but still it is a long way to first down for the MSU offense with 2nd and 14 to go.
Justin Page comes into the lineup now. He's split wide right along with T. Salanoa. 4 receiver set. On 2nd down, Prukop gets out of the pocket, has a little bit of running room. Now gets to the outside of the 25, falls forward, and is very close to a first down.
They're going to mark him beyond the chain, so it will move the chains, Chris. But boy, watch this. He's got 250 pounds of Sankey chasing him at the end of this play. And if that doesn't make you find another gear, nothing will, because that is a big boy on your heels.
Boy, really nice gain by Prukop to get the first down. keep this drive alive and give them some decent field position now.
Well, you can see the first down comparison. Montana State has really is adding them up quickly. Sac State with only 4, but very much in this football game.
Give us to Newell, who breaks a couple of tackles, and he runs into number 44. Let's go downstairs to Rob Jesselson.
Hey guys, we might be in Sacramento, but if you take a look behind the Bobcats bench, you will see a ton of Montana State fans. I talked to a few before the game. They said there's a handful of fans who will be staying in California, traveling up and down the coast for the next week, who will stay in state for UC Davis next week when the Bobcats come back to California.
That's right, to UC Davis, just down the road, about 20 miles. And Prukop this time is going to be taken down for a big, big loss on the play. That's number 35, J.C. Toddy, with the stop.
Toddy does a nice job of getting upfield and makes a nice play on that one. So 3rd down and 13 for Montana State, trying to get on the board once more if they can get something going before the end of the half.
3rd and 12. Clock winding down to 4:30 to go here in quarter number 2. Here's Prukop. Looks, hit, stays on his feet, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So Sacramento State with a nice defensive effort, forcing the Bobcats to give up the football.
Well, the pocket is pretty solid to begin with here, but Prukop just got nobody down the field to get loose. So he's forced to eat that one. And for the second possession in a row, Montana State will be forced to punt the football away.
Fernandez in on the stop as Bolton now stands inside his 20. Gets this one away for Carter. Carter lets it hit at the 30, takes a Sac State bounce. Bobcats down it at the 37, so the Hornets will have good field position. 3:47 to go in quarter number 2, plus a timeout remaining. So all kinds of time here to try to tie this football game up going into the half.
Yeah, they've shown that they can score very quickly. You know, they took them all of, 14 seconds, their first possession, or 10 seconds to put it in the end zone. So, yeah, more than enough time. Still with the one timeout. We got a ways to go before we get the break here, Chris.
We sure do. So 1st and 10 from the 36. Garrett Safran, the quarterback, on a straight drop, throws it out here. Robinson makes the catch inside the 40. Jamal Robinson with a huge catch to the 36-yard line and a first down for Sac State.
Well, you can see does a good job of looking off that secondary. Eyes to the left, comes back over the middle of the field. They snuck the running back up. Couple of Bobcats there in coverage, but not able to break that one up.
Will stay on the ground. Robinson hit and taken down at the 32-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Well, Keaton gets up on this one. You also see Zach Hutchins come from the in spot to get in on that. But really a couple of very solid plays for this group from Sacramento State. They would desperately love to tie this one up, get some points on the board as we close out these last few minutes of the first half.
Gave him 6 on the play, so 2nd and 4. Robinson met right at the line of scrimmage. Why, nice defensive stop by Montana State.
Alex Singleton is up in the middle of this one. We've seen him make several stops already, but watch his linebacker number 43 is going to sniff this one out and come up and get a good wrap there and get some help from the rest of that defensive front as well.
Taylor Dees also in on the tackle, so Dees and Singleton combined for the stop. 3rd and 3 from the 30. Safran surveys the field. He's got a 4-receiver set. Safran looks left, got a man open inside the 20-yard line, and a first down for the Hornets. Pass complete to Justin Cox, his first catch of the night.
Well, Montana State comes out, they show pressure, but they drop back. But just a well-thrown ball delivered just right over the hand of Alex Singleton. But we did see a flag come in at the end of this one, Chris.
I think that face mask at the end of the play.
Face mask. Defense number 22. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Right as he was going down, Barnett reached out and grabbed it.
Yeah, as you can see at the end, you can The face mask comes in. I think it's Barnett that comes in, gets a handful of mask. Actually, that was a handful of shoulder pad from the replay. But, boy, when you saw it live, it definitely looked like a face mask. Normally, when that head turns that quickly, someone's got a hold of the mask. But nonetheless, it's going to be 1st and goal for the Hornets.
From the 8-yard line. Robinson tries the middle, and Robinson pushing the pile forward, and he gets the scrum moved down to the 4-yard line, so they get half of it. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, they did. And that was, as you said, scrum is the proper description, because that was just a bunch of boys leaning on each other. And that time, the front for Sacramento was able to push that thing up and get a good chunk on 1st down.
Minute 20 to go in the 1st half. Sacramento State trying to tie this game up after 2 quarters. Safran now gives to Robinson. Robinson met at the 5. Falls forward, gets another yard on the play. Singleton again on the stop.
Singleton and Marshall are there for Montana State. You see Singleton from the inside, Marshall from the outside. 3rd and 3.
Boy, they have had a lot of big 3rd downs in this drive. You see the numbers on Robinson, 9 carries for 44 yards. He's in the backfield on 3rd down. Broadnax, the tight end, shifts over to the right. They go double tights now on 3rd down. Timeout taken by Sacramento State. That's their final one of the half. Comes with 28 seconds to go. I think they just wanted to make sure they got everything right before they ran the play.
30-second timeout.
Well, clearly this is, as you mentioned, Chris, this is a huge play for them, because they, the defense, though they've gotten a couple of stops late, has looked like that Montana State is going to continue to roll up some numbers, so they need to get a score here.
Eastern Washington and Montana both winning today to go to 2-0 in the sky. The Bobcats right there at 1-0, Southern Utah. And you see the situation Sacramento State's in, 3-2 overall, but they losing to Idaho State. The prospect of going down 0-2 this early in the conference would not bode well for the Hornets. Let's take a look at one other game still in progress. Cal Poly at the half leading Southern Utah 21-17. So here we go. The Hornets 3rd and goal from the 3. Robinson in the backfield. Low snap. Safran keeps it. Flag on the play. Well, for the time being, they're going to score a touchdown, but let's see what the flag is.
Flag came in on the linesman from the Sac State side of the field. And it does look like the penalty will go against the Hornets.
Formation. Offense. 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So a little premature cannon eruption there as they'll bring it back 5 yards. And
well, here you can see it on the outside. They don't get the required 7 men up on the line of scrimmage. I think the tight end was supposed to be up there, but it's difficult to see. There you can see just too many guys off it. That tackle looked like he may have been deep too. Difficult to tell from our ankle, but the referee clearly picked up on it. And it'll be another tie on 3rd down for the Hornets.
3rd and goal from the 8. Safran on a straight drop, looks into the end zone, now fires, and this one is intercepted. Oh, what a big play for Montana State, Cole Moore.
Well, he just drops out from his backer spot. They've got 2 defenders there. Watch this as Safran looks over the middle, delivers the football, but Cole Moore was right in the middle of that passing lane. You got to take a shot if you're Safran, but receiver was clearly covered. And that is a big stop for Montana State in the closing seconds of this 1st half. Looked like Flowers was there as on coverage as well. So if Moore didn't get it, I think Flowers was going to.
So Prukop will take a knee, and this will take us to halftime. And it ends on a huge interception by Cole Moore, with Sacramento State threatening to tie this game up. And that interception will give Montana State the lead after 21-14 after trailing 7-0 on the very first play of the game when Dakota Prukop threw the pick 6. But since then, Cats have come back with 3 touchdowns. Saffron answered with 1, and the lead is 7.
Well, it's been an interesting first half, Chris. There's no doubt about that. A lot of scoring coming in a couple different ways. And boy, that's a big confidence booster for that Montana State defense to go into the locker room.
Let's go downstairs and join Rob Jesselson.
Coach, a big interception to end the first half. How bad does that hurt?
Well, anytime you turn the ball over in the end zone, it's critical. But we got a good team, and we got good leadership. We got to overcome it. You know, we just have too many penalties, and yeah, we're -1 in the turnover margin, and we got to bounce back.
Second week in a row, you go to halftime in a dogfight. What needs to happen this week that maybe didn't happen last week?
We just got to be consistent, and leadership's got to stay consistent, and we just got to make plays.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Don't go anywhere. We'll have much more coming up in the Wendy's halftime report.
On the football field, Derek Crittenden is learning valuable lessons about hard work, focus, drive, discipline, and repetition.
But that's not the only place I apply them.
Supporting the University of Montana Foundation helps student athletes thrive in every way.
As a student, as an athlete, it is so important to stay focused.
I maintain my focus just by working my hardest in absolutely everything I do.
When you step on the mat, it's only you and another person, and making healthy choices is the first step.
Depending on what I eat, my nutrition, the people I hang out with, not using tobacco.
I don't think I'd be the person I am today if I had used tobacco products.
The community follows those teams that are respectful.
I love being a role model for kids all across the state.
I'm focused on a tobacco-free generation.
When it comes to weather forecasting, technology can only take you so far. You need someone with the knowledge to take that information and give you an accurate report. You need someone you can trust.
With 3 meteorologists on staff at Color 8, our focus is on accuracy and teamwork. So when severe weather does strike, you can count on us to track those storms live on air, online, and on your mobile device.
So no matter which surrounding community you live in, depend on Color 8 to prepare you for what's coming next. Color 8, we are the weather authority.
Hello, I'm David Robertson of the New York Yankees. When I come into games, it's my job to put out the fire. For people who suffer from complex regional pain syndrome, putting out the fire in their bodies is never easy. CRPS is a condition that causes severe burning pain and other serious complications. The people who suffer with it need your help.
Join us for the Freeze the Burn Fun Run November 1st at Zoo, Montana. Help us raise funds and awareness for those battling CRPS. Register online today.
And welcome to the Wendy's halftime report here at Hornet Stadium in Sacramento. Your score after 2 quarters, 21-14 in favor of the Bobcats. Certainly didn't start that way, Mike, as Sacramento State got the first big break of the game on the turnover that quickly put the Bobcats down 7-0 in quarter number 1.
Yeah, and then you can see, boy, Montana State got a huge turnover to close this thing out at the end of the half. Take a look at Cole Moore. You can't see him here, but he's at the top of your screen, and he just drops into this coverage and makes a nice break on the ball, but really the receiver was covered all the way, and boy, for the second week in a row, Sac State making some red zone turnovers.
Well, and that interception by Cole Moore is big in a couple of different ways. Number one, they definitely had a chance to tie the game, but also getting the football to start the third quarter. If they'd have capitalized there, that could have been a real momentum changer in this game, should they have been able to tie the game with the ball coming out in the third.
Cole Moore doesn't make that one. We got a whole new start.
All right, stay with us. Much more on the Wendy's halftime report when we come back.
Remember last winter? The Almanac predicts as bad or worse this year. Be prepared. Visit Tire-Rama. Buy 4 eligible Yokohama tires this month and get a $60 Visa card back by mail. This special offer includes winter tires. Yokohama is so sure you're going to love your new tires, you can return them after 30 days if you don't. Hurry, unlike winter, this $60 Visa rebate offer ends soon. See your local Tire-Rama for details.
They once called Antarctica a dead continent. But I was part of a team from Montana State University that proved them wrong. We pulled tons of gear on skis 600 miles so we could drill through 800 meters of ice into a subglacial lake no one had ever seen before. And in that hidden world, we found life. At Montana State University, we lead the way to new frontiers.
Okay, so you're officially off the clock. You better have a truck that can keep up. Ford F-150. From tailgating and touchdowns to suiting up and stepping out. It goes the distance with EcoBoost power and fuel economy, with all the slick details to keep you in the lap of luxury. Maybe that's why an F-Series truck is sold nearly every 42 seconds. Hey, get back to it, weekend warriors.
Now during the Built Ford Tough Sales event, get up to $10,986 total value on F-150. Only at your local Ford store.
This year it's bigger. It's got more drama. It's funnier.
You're going to get an explosion of laughter at the Big Sky Comedy Festival happening here in Billings, Montana at the Red Door and Play-In as we launch careers and make people laugh. And then join us October 11th for the finals at the Babcock Theater at 8 p.m. 26 comedians from all over the United States bring you the best material as they battle it out on stage and a dragon.
At the Big Sky Comedy Festival, October 8th through 11th.
Welcome back to the Wendy's Halftime Report, where the Bobcats lead Sacramento State 21-14 at the half. And during that first half, we saw the young wide receivers stepping up for the Bobcats. And tonight, we take a look at that young wide receiving core. Weekend against North Dakota, Montana State was without 3 starting receivers. Those being senior Brian Flockcutter, Manny Caulfield, and Bozeman native Tanner Roderick. Now heading into Sacramento State, the team has learned that along with Caulfield, Flockcutter will not return this season.
It's really a tough loss for our team, and especially for Brian being a senior, and he had such a great game against Central Arkansas. It looked like he had really broken through and was going to have a fabulous season, but on that last play, the last catch, the last play he played against Central Arkansas, he took a shot to his shoulder, and turns out now that he's going to have surgery.
Without Caulfield and Flockcutter, the Bobcats will look towards their younger receivers like freshman Mitch Herbert, Justin Page, and Jay Sean Gates.
Freshmen make you nervous in some respects because, you know, their world is turned upside down right now with college and, you know, travel now and, you know, playing as a true freshman. I mean, it's a challenge for young guys. The veterans have been through it all, seen it all before, so that gives you a little more security.
Against North Dakota, the young guys did step up. Herbert caught a touchdown, while Page and Gates both made big plays.
We have a lot more depth than I thought we had. I didn't think Mitchell Herbert would step up as big as he did. I mean, yeah, he had a great game Saturday. Hopefully he can keep it going for the rest of the season. I have all the respect in the world for those young guys. I mean, that's not easy coming in and making plays like that.
Our freshmen are talented, and they enjoy playing, and they'll go out and play extremely well. And besides that, that's the hand we've been dealt, so we're going to roll with that and make the best of it, and I think we'll be just fine.
In order to leave Sacramento with a win. Don't touch that dial. We'll have much more coming up on the Wendy's Halftime Report.
We know energy costs are rising, and at Billings Insulation Service, your insulation superstore, we can help you save money. We'll recommend insulation for your project that will lower your monthly energy bills. We'll help you save money by selling you the exact amount of insulation you need, even if it's only half a roll. With the largest selection in Montana, we'll always sell professional-grade insulation at lower prices than the box stores. At Billings Insulation Service, your insulation superstore, we'll give you the expert advice you need, help you save money, and we always guarantee your satisfaction.
Of course I'll marry you. Can I just have a moment?
They're calling it the happy dance. Grown women so impressed with their man's buying genius.
they can hardly contain themselves. Goldsmith Gallery Jewelers Diamond Jewelry and Engagement Ring event going on now. Nobody does I do like we do.
You have many choices when it comes to buying a new or used car or truck. So why should you choose Under Armour Honda? At Under Armour Honda, we offer first-class service, awesome amenities, a friendly staff, huge selection, and quality products. Our goal is to build long-lasting relationships so we continue to serve you for years to come. It's no wonder we are Montana's #1 selling Honda dealership and 7-time winner of Honda's prestigious President's Award. And remember, when you're buying a car from Under Armour Honda, you're buying more than just a car.
I've been riding for 10 years. The tougher the trail, the better. Then I hurt my back at work. The pain got so bad, I thought I'd have to stop. I'm too young to give this up. So I called the Spine Center at Ortho Montana. The specialists at Ortho Montana understood my injury and the right way to treat it. They did everything they could to make my experience the best it could be. Now I'm back on the trail and pain-free. Don't let pain get in the way of doing what you love. Call Ortho Montana today.
And welcome back to the Wendy's Halftime Report. Chris Byers along with Mike Callahan and Rob Jesselson. A very entertaining first half of play. Kind of the ebb and flow of a college football game. It started in the hands of Sacramento State, but quickly swung back towards Montana State, and they have the edge with a 1-touchdown lead. And Mike, when you look at the total number in the game, and I know what stands out in my mind, and I think you'll probably agree with me.
Well, the time of possession is absolutely lopsided, and it goes with the number right above it for the first downs. Montana State has just dominated and kept a very, very powerful offense and limited them to 7 first downs in the first half. A great performance. Sac State has some yardage, but a lot of that coming on one play to start their offensive ball game tonight.
Absolutely right. Let's go down on the field and join Rob Jesselson.
Hey guys, we're here with John Casper from the Big Sky Conference. John, obviously football is in full speed right now, but you guys have some meetings coming up this week?
Yeah, we do. We'll have our normal fall meetings here in the next couple of days in Salt Lake City, where we bring all of our athletic directors, SWAs, FARs in. It's a normal thing we do every year, but one of the things, we'll be discussing at this point that's kind of big is our men's and women's basketball tournament format, and obviously we've announced that we're looking at potential neutral sites for that, so I think we'll have some bids to look at, to review, and look at what we want to do next in terms of the next step. And I think by our meetings in June that we'll have some sort of decision on what we'll be doing in 2016 and beyond for our men's and women's basketball tournaments.
Sounds good. Well, John, thanks for joining us. We appreciate the help. Don't go anywhere. We'll have much more coming up on the Wendy's Halftime Report.
Some people go the extra mile. Out here, we go the extra 25,000 miles. That's right. Go for 2 years or 25,000 miles with no cost maintenance and 24-hour roadside assistance. It's called Toyota Care, and it's included with every new Toyota. Out here, we need to be prepared for anything. That's why in the Northwest, we go with Toyota Care. No cost maintenance, roadside assistance. Go see your Northwest Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Wake up, you gotta rise to the sun. And here it comes, it's time to make the best of what you got to give. And if you ever need to see a smiling face, I know right where you can find one. Each and every day, it's all about rising. You better get ready. It's all about rising. And I wanna be there.
With the changing of the leaves in the elk bugling, it must be fall. And at Hertz Car Sales, that means our annual fall sale. Thursday, October 2nd through Saturday, October 4th, Hertz will have specially marked sale prices on hundreds of vehicles and local lenders on site to help you get the vehicle you want at a payment you can afford. Come find your car, van, truck, or SUV and take advantage of the savings at our annual fall sale this Thursday through Saturday at Hertz Car Sales, 29th and King.
Hi, I'm Danny the Fence Guy. I actually like getting my hands dirty, sweating, and of course delivering the best value in vinyl fence. And since our inception in 2002, we've installed over 350,000 feet of fence. We have also installed over 2,800 gates, and by giving our customers what they expect, we have faithfully served over 1,900 customers in both Montana and Wyoming. Again, Absolute Vinyl offers the best value in vinyl fencing, so make one phone call. Allow us the opportunity to install a fence that will last your lifetime.
The highlights are here during the GMC kickoff event at Rimrock GMC Cadillac. The new management team is huddled up over remaining new 2014 GMC trucks that features 0% financing for 60 months with 1,000 factory bonus cash. They're offering $399 a month payments on new 2015 Yukon, $199 a month on the game-changing 2014 Terrain, and paying over market value for your trade-in. So kick off the season right at the all-new Rimrock GMC Cadillac, Shiloh and King.
And welcome back to the Wendy's halftime report here at Hornet Stadium in Sacramento. Bobcats lead at 21-14, and really, Mike, the first half was a game of big plays, and the first big play was turned in by the Sacramento State defense.
Yeah, just on that first drive, you can see Armstrong gets underneath the throw to the outside and takes it to the house, and the Hornets couldn't have got off to a better start than that.
You mentioned that 8 different receivers were in on catches from Dakota Prukop, and when he wasn't throwing, he was running. And this straight up the middle for the touchdown. That came right after he threw the pick 6, and all of a sudden we were tied up at 7.
Yeah, great poise by Prukop to come back, and then, boy, a big strike right away to Aguda. One play, 75-yard drive.
Nice little play action by Prukop here as he rolls right and hits his man in the end zone. Justin Page for the touchdown, and that tied the game for Montana State. And then a little bit later, Montana State would get their first lead of the night as he gets everyone going right. Comes back inside underneath to Lee Perkins. And Perkins with the touchdown. That's where we stand, 21-14. Down to the field, and Rob Jesselson.
Coach Ash, you guys end the first half on a huge note with the interception by Cole Moore. How big was that for your defense?
Well, that's a gigantic play. It's a big disappointment for Sac State, I think, too, because that was a good drive they had, and they had the touchdown but got called back. But it's a good zone defense. Everybody stayed in their areas. I think they were looking for a man-to-man matchup, and that was, so we got the big break there at the end of the half.
First road game in more than a month, but if you take a look behind your bench, it doesn't seem so with all those fans. What's it like having them behind you?
Yeah, I got to thank all the fans who came down here. They've been vocal and loud and appreciative, and it's turned out to be a great night. It's not too hot. It's a beautiful night to play football, and we'll see how the second half goes.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. We appreciate it. Mike and Chris, back to you.
All right, thank you, Rob. And we were talking to some Bobcat fans in the hotel room before we came to the game this afternoon, and some of them were saying that they were going to stay here all week, hang out in California, and then go to the UC Davis game. I want to know what kind of job you can have where you can just say, you know what, I'm going to go stay in California for a week.
Well, I know an insurance producer isn't working there, at least for this one, but yeah, what a great opportunity. And there's so many wonderful things for those people to do, and they were an excited group today, and they've been an excited group tonight. Very, very solid support for the Bobcats here on the road.
Well, it is, and if the Cats can hang on tonight, then you look ahead and you've got right back here to UC Davis next week, and then you're home against Weber. So the schedule certainly sets up with some potential for Montana State. And we talked about all these young freshman receivers, and there's one of them right there, one of many. And just look at the numbers. Greibel, the veteran, as you mentioned, 3 receptions for 20 yards. Johnson, and then you got Page, Roderick, Salanoa, Herbert, Newell. He's spreading the ball around pretty good.
I think that's the most impressive part of it, Chris, is that he has got so many people involved, including the tight ends. I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast that I thought it was important to get those guys involved. We see Perkins has obviously had the 2 big catches, one resulting in a touchdown, but T. Salanoa had a big gainer up the middle of the field for them as well. I really think that changes it for that defense when you've got to protect everybody across the formation.
Well, yeah, you know, when you get your running backs involved in the passing game, your tight ends involved, and your wide receivers. You're right. That's an awful lot to try to defense. And we talked about the struggles Sacramento State has had defensively, especially last week against what appears to be a much better Idaho State team under Mike Kramer. They took Eastern Washington right down to the wire today, beat a good Sac State team last week. And when you put up over 500 yards of offense, or nearly 500, and can't win, you know that you've got some problems.
Yeah, you certainly do, Chris. And boy, that offense has got to give some credit to Montana State. They have held Garrett Saffron just 5 for 12 throwing the ball. He's got some yardage at 152, but a lot of that coming on the big play early on. But if you look at how these two guys, we talked about them in the open. These are both guys that can get it done. We've seen it passing, we've seen it rushing the ball. But right now, even though the yardage is very close, you got to give the advantage to Prukop because his team is on top on the scoreboard.
Well, those are very pedestrian numbers for Derek Saffron, 5 of 12. Normally, he is much better than that throwing the football. So a big credit to the Montana State defense in that first half. With the exception of giving up that one big play, defense has been very good tonight. So Sacramento State will receive the football to start the second half. Of course, they had that last drive stalled on the interception by Cole Moore, and they'll start all over again. So this a line drive kick, and it's going to be returnable. Now fumbled, picked up. That's Henney, and Henney makes something out of nothing. He won't reach the 20-yard line. Well, he does get right to the 20.
Boy, he's got 45. The kicker, Daly, is in on the stop, and he's a little bit fired up about it. But look at this, just bobbles this thing, and lucky to pick this thing up. And boy, great speed as he turns this thing to the outside. But watch the kicker come in at the end and put a shot on him.
You know they're going to cue that up in the film room.
You do not want it. If you are a returner, you do not want to be tackled by the kicker. That one's going to go over and over and over.
I think Kenny really caught a break by fumbling the football because the Cats had pretty much outran the coverage, and he was able to get back to the 20. Here's Saffron, pressure straight up the middle, now just throws it away. Excellent pursuit. I think that was Hutchins that came right up the middle.
Yeah, he just comes right off the outside here and gets up, and he is in Saffron's face early on this one, and he just has no choice but to launch that one in the cheap seats.
Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 for Saffron. Saffron throws out here to the right. Got a man at the 30. That's a first down. Carter. DeAndre Carter with the catch and a first down.
Well, that's his first reception of this ball game coming here in the first possession of the second half. But he's a guy that if you're a Hornet fan, you've got to see him more involved in their offense.
Gain is to the 32 and a first down for the Hornets. Saffron in trouble, now looks and fires, and that is complete.
I think it was incomplete. That through the hands of the intended receiver there on the outside.
Aguda, the intended receiver. Let's watch it again. I think you're right. He had the yardage for the first down if he'd been able to hang on to it.
Yeah, this ball is thrown with some velocity, and receiver just not able to bring this one in. But he really guns this out to the sideline and just a little bit high and through the hands. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Robinson gets the call. Just a couple on the play, so 3rd and 8. Robinson's been busy tonight.
Here we take another look at it. You can just see just a little give inside Robinson, but Coe upfield with a little pressure, forced to pop it to the outside where he had support of the other linebacker.
Robinson averaging 6.7 yards a run coming into this game. On the season, some 387 yards through the first 5 games. Picks up a couple there, so 3rd and 7. Another big 3rd down play here for the Hornets, trailing by a touchdown.
Just 1 of 6 on 3rd down in the first half.
Here comes pressure up the middle. Safran runs out of it and now has a first down and then some up over the 50-yard line down to the 45 of Montana State. And that's what Garrick Safran can do to you.
Boy, he shows his wheels here. Good coverage on the part of Montana State. He's forced to pull this one down, but boy, when he does, he can take off. And just a nice run. And you can see why he is so dangerous, Chris, because not only can he beat you with his arm, but he can hurt you with his feet as well.
First down from the 45. Good opening drive here as Safran keeps it himself. Na'a Moeakiola in on the stop. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
That one designed to run all the way. They're going to keep it with Safran here. See if they can get, he makes a little fake inside. Singleton is there to force him back inside to Na'a, and he's been able to bring him down for a short gain of about 3.5.
Second down, they spot the ball at the 41. Safran's got a 4-receiver set. They stay on the ground to Robinson, and Singleton wraps him up for a big loss on the play.
Well, Singleton, I don't know if he was coming on this one or he just absolutely commits to his read, but watch him come from the left side of your screen, and he was coming in a hurry, and that's a big stop for Montana State. And again, we keep saying that these third downs are huge, but boy, Sac State really wants to keep this drive moving and probably needs to because their defense is struggling.
Another big 3rd and long for Sac State. They've been pretty good at it converting tonight. From the 45. Safran looks, fires across the middle, incomplete. At the 30-yard line, Agude wants a flag, doesn't get it. And the Hornets forced a punt here.
Deontay Flowers, we rarely get to call his name, Chris, because he does not get targeted very often. But this time, he is in coverage here on Agude. A little bit of contact, but just good, solid defense that time on the outside by Deontay Flowers.
So the Hornets forced into a punting situation. Johnson back at his 10-yard line. This one hits at the 15, and this one is going to be downed at the 1-yard line.
Boy, that is a great break on that one because that did not look like it was going to be a very good punt. Did not go very far in the air, but boy, did he get a Hornet-friendly roll.
11:50 to go, third quarter. You're watching college football on SWX.
At Montana State University, we build real satellites for NASA. To most people, the MSU campus looks like this. But to me, it now looks like this. Our satellite has orbited the Earth over 5,000 times, advancing technology throughout the world. We work together, we shape the future.
Ford Focus on Child Hunger is an effort here in the region to make sure that our kids are getting enough to eat by providing more food to families in need. Just last year, we provided over 300,000 snacks and lunches in the Northwest. Every day, 1,000 kids around the Northwest are fed thanks to Ford Focus on Child Hunger. When kids have the nutritious food they need, they really can just be kids. The partnership between Ford Fund, local food shelters, and the Boys and Girls Club is absolutely amazing. That's really what it means to go further.
Payne West Insurance started out in Montana, but when they started adding offices, they needed help connecting them all. So Blackfoot built a system that linked every office in the Northwest directly to every other, which helps Payne West agents exchange vital information and respond even more quickly in the field. Blackfoot, breakthroughs made to order.
Back at Hornet Stadium here in California. Big Sky Conference football. Sac State, the Bobcats, MSU leads at 21-14. Early in the third, they've got the football but pinned deep in their own territory, and this is the part of the game Mike, and in particular this game, where now you got to start playing field position. Hornets trying to flip the field and keep it in their end, and they did a great job on that punt coverage.
Yeah, the Smith Heath with the solid punt down there got the huge roll, and Montana State is backed up.
Anthony Knight with all kinds of running room. Boy, he got outside and just had easy goings from that, and just like that, they get out of a big hole.
Yeah, look, the offensive line just buries everybody down on the right side of the formation, and he is out in space early and seeing good speed from number 9. We usually see him as more of a straight runner, but watch that O-line. They just bury that thing. Flynn comes around from the other side, but really Salanoa, Ekoff, boy, did a great job on the outside.
Gain is all the way to the 18, so first down, and just like that, the Cats get some decent field position. Prukop looks, now rolls left, still looking, and now wisely throws it out of bounds, and then
pass is incomplete.
Runs into the backing board, but he's okay.
Yeah, initially tries to buy some time as he steps out to the left side of the pocket, but never could get a receiver to break free.
Second and 10. Got back to the line of scrimmage.
It's like they're going to have to do some, he's going to have some sewing to do when he gets back to Montana State. That jersey's taking a beating.
Anthony Knight looks for some running room, doesn't get much. Gain to the 19, so pickup of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9. And that was big number 94, I think, in on the stop.
Gain of 1. 3rd down and 9 for the Bobcats.
3rd down for Montana State. Boy, the defense in this game on both sides of the football have really shown up since midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, it has really been a different ball game, and it has really changed. But this would be a big pickup. But it's going to be Greibel underneath, and he is not going to quite get there, Chris.
Boy, I don't know.
About a half a yard short, I think. Or, well, maybe.
Awfully
they're
close.
giving him a pretty generous spot. But watch as the ball is thrown underneath, but watch him fight to get up. And he may have just got just enough to move the chains for Montana State. Great effort by Greibel, sticking with that one and getting the hard finish.
Did not look like when he made the catch he had any chance of getting the first down, but then he reversed field and got just enough. So 1st and 10 now as Prukop swings it out there complete. Goes to Mitch Herbert.
Well, you can see they got trips to the short side. They go up top to the single coverage. Wide open Herbert, and he's able to get enough for another Montana State first down. They have quickly moved the ball. Remember, this drive started at their own 2-yard line.
Herbert, another one of those freshmen we've been talking about, out of Eugene, Oregon. It's a first down catch to the 44 to first down for Montana State. Here's Dakota now to Greibel, who's got some running room over midfield, down to the 45. And that's another first down. So very quickly, the Bobcats putting together a very impressive drive here in the 3rd quarter, taking a lot of time off the clock.
You see just getting receivers open in space and allowing them to get up the field. Just a little short throw, but boy, nobody around. He's able to turn that thing up and pick up a nice gain.
Quinn McQuarrie in at wide receiver. He's split to his right. 3 receiver set to the left. Prukop looks that way, now fires, and that's caught. And down to the 44-yard line.
I think they're going to...
Gates on the catch. No?
They're going to call that incomplete. It looks like it comes out at the end. Initially, it looks like he secures the football, but boy, just pops out as he went down to the ground.
All right, so incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 1 from the 47.
Well, they're big on the right side of the ball, Chris. They've got the 2 tight ends, and they're going to try it.
It all depends on where they mark it.
Well, they're going to give him enough, and I'll tell you what, credit this offensive line. They've got Perkins at the tight end, but then they've got Salanoa on the wing stacked behind him, and for about the 5th time tonight, Salanoa is just burying the defensive end on the outside for the Hornets.
Well, that offensive line has been outstanding tonight for Montana State. And that time, big boys up front, opening up the way for Anthony Knight in the first down. Here's Prukop, throws it across the middle, and a wide open Gates is down inside of the 5. Touchdown, Montana State.
The Hornets bring pressure off the corner, leaving single coverage there, and the pressure is picked up. You can see they bring the safety on the outside. Prukop forced to get rid of it up the middle, but a wide open receiver. Touchdown, Montana State, a 98-yard drive.
That's right. This started on the 2-yard line. Big touchdown from Montana State with a chance to increase the lead to 14 with the extra point. Daly's kick is up and good. 8:42 to go in the third. Prukop to Gates and a touchdown. 28-14 our score.
Archie Cochran Ford makes it easy for you and me. Archie Cochran Ford, they're always dealing hassle-free.
Hassle-free pricing. Keep up to $6,000 cash back or get 0% up to 72 months on select Fords.
Archie Cochran Ford makes it easy for you and me.
Hassle-free with 0% or up to $6,000 cash back.
ArchieCochranFord.com, we're always dealing hassle-free.
Power is in my hands.
Hope is in my hands. Victory is in my hands.
Strength is in my hands.
Support is in my hands.
Take a swipe at breast cancer with your pink ribbon debit card from Rocky Mountain Bank. With each purchase, we make a donation to help women in the community. See how you can make a difference today. Get the card. Join the fight.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tanner. We at Grand Avenue Dental Care want our patients to have the best dental care possible without straining their wallet. That's why we're pleased to introduce our new dental health membership plan for non-insured patients. For just $30 a month, you can receive 2 cleanings, 2 exams, 2 fluoride treatments, and all necessary radiographs in a 12-month period. There's no deductible, waiting period, or maximums, and you save 10% off any additional services. Don't let fear or finances get in the way. Call Grand Avenue Dental Care today.
You've never experienced modern design like this. The Heat & Glow Mezzo Series gas fireplace is clean, discreet, and luxurious. Flames spread across the bed of crushed glass illuminated by LED light. The Heat & Glow Mezzo fireplace would elevate your space with its modern design. Heat & Glow spared nothing to give you everything. At the Fireplace Center, you can expect a fair price, professional installers, and the peace of mind knowing we will be here for years to come to service what you buy. Come see us at 824 Central in Billings or online at fireplacecentermontana.com.
Midway through the third, where Montana State, Jayshon Gates from Dakota Prukop ups the lead to 28-14. Big play. Let's see if the Hornets can respond on offense. This will be brought out by Henne. And Henne's going to be wrapped up and taken down before he can get to the 20-yard line. That's the gold standard, right? Don't let them get back to the 20.
Boy, they have been solid in coverage at Montana State, both kicking and punting the ball, but just a great start for that special teams group this year.
There's a look at DeAndre Carter. Through the first 5 games of the season, 32 receptions for 365 yards. Tonight, 1 catch, 12 yards.
Yeah, he was 14 for 158 last week against Idaho State, but credit that Montana State defense. They have shut him down so far tonight.
1st and 10 from the 20. Saffron now swings it out to Robinson, who is absolutely belted by Marshall.
Marshall comes up. Saffron just kind of bails himself out of this one. He's coming up the field and just tosses out. He says, hey, Robinson, you take the shot here because I don't want to. You see him bail out to the side. This is kind of just a sideways pass. And boy, did he take a shot. Robert Marshall delivers the goods there for Montana State.
Did pick up 4 on the play the hard way, so 2nd and 6. Saffron gets it to Carter, and Carter gets up over the 30 to the 32. That's a first down, and that's really what you want to do is with Carter is get him into some open space and let him run with the football.
Well, and just getting him involved, getting him the football for starters is good because he is such a huge part of their offense. You can see Cole almost gets there, but the ball thrown out in the flat to Carter, and he's able to get upfield and get a first down, which have been few and far between for this Hornet offense.
Gain is to the 32. Safran on play action now throws it out for Agude, who makes a sensational catch at the 35-yard line. How in the world did he come down with that?
Well, that is a big 6'3" receiver, and he needs every inch of it here. Keaton is running step for step for him, but he just goes up and makes a great catch. He has been extremely impressive tonight, Chris.
Well, he's a big target, and they've utilized him well. 6'3", 195 pounds. A junior. Safran throws for Carter, incomplete. No chance at all as Safran just unloads it, so second down. Numbers on Safran, boy, not what you'd expect from a quarterback of his caliber. 9 of 20, 209 yards and a touchdown. Under 50%. Credit the Bobcat defense and secondary for a lot of that tonight.
Well, the number that you did not see was the one interception that was so costly at the end of the half.
Quarterback draw by Safran. Slides down close to a first down. They're going to mark him 3 short. So the gain is to the 28, needs the 25. So 3rd and 3.
Well, he's going to take off on this one all the way. They were never looking downfield, and he just does a good job of finding that seam and getting a big pickup for them. It's going to bring up a manageable 3rd and 3 for the Hornets.
Five receivers in the pattern now on 3rd and 3. And Safran again on the quarterback draw. You could see that one coming. They split 5 receivers wide, took the snap, waited for just a moment, and then up the middle for the first down.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. They widen everybody out, and there's just no one home in the middle of the field. The backers rally to the play, but not until he gets what he needed.
Gain is to the 22. Hornets have to come away with points here, you would think, trailing by a couple of touchdowns. They've been turned away the last time they were inside the red zone. Here's Safran, lofts it up there in the back of the end zone. And incomplete pass. Aguda was the intended receiver.
Aguda was there, but so was Bryce Keaton. He goes up and makes a nice play and is able to break the ball free. Initially, it looked like Aguda was going to come down with it, but credit number 3, Keaton. He just stayed with that one, and it's an incomplete pass.
That's great man-up coverage, right?
Yeah, and that's as we've said, that's a challenge out there with that young man because he is extremely talented.
So second down, swing it out to Robinson. Robinson trying to shake free, but nothing doing there. And again, Cole Moore.
Cole Moore, this is a great play, Chris. They go to chop him on the outside. Watch the blocker come to him. He fights through over the top of it and is there to do it. That's just a really solid football play by Cole Moore. That linebacking core starting to show up tonight and making a big difference in that defensive effort.
Third and 11. Boy, they have had a bunch of third down plays in this game. Here's Safran. Looks, lobs it up there again in the end zone. And this time it's a touchdown. Touchdown to DeAndre Carter. We had to wait for a moment before they signaled this was a very close play.
They were going to wait to see if he came down with it, but you can see gets on the corner plenty of time, lobs this one up, and boy, Carter goes up, able to make a nice play on the ball. Touchdown, a big touchdown for the Hornets if they're going to fight their way back into this one.
Kahari Garcia was back there and had pretty good coverage, but Carter just took it away from him, and just like that, the Hornets can get within 7 on the extra point. Kick is up and it's good. 5:32 to go in the third. Sacramento State back to within a touchdown.
Grizz in the Community program was developed to engage our student athletes with programs around Missoula and this area that are dedicated to serving those in need. I'm proud that our student athletes during the 2013-14 academic year dedicated nearly 2,200 community service hours that benefited numerous organizations throughout the area.
My favorite event was the Lolo Readathon, and that's because when we were able to go in there and even just read for a few hours with the kids, they were so engaged. Knowing that we have so much influence over young kids in the community is an amazing thing. And I think it's so important to show them to do well in school and sports. You can do them at the same time, and maybe one day you can be a Grizz too.
Remember last winter? The Almanac predicts as bad or worse this year. Be prepared. Visit Tire-Rama. Buy 4 eligible Yokohama tires this month and get a $60 Visa card back by mail. This special offer includes winter tires. Yokohama is so sure you're going to love your new tires, you can return them after 30 days if you don't. Hurry, unlike winter, this $60 Visa rebate offer ends soon. See your local Tire-Rama for details.
This SWX broadcast is brought to you in part by Tire-Rama, more than just a tire store. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future. Wendy's, now that's better. And the University of Montana, Montana's university to study science, health, business, the arts, and the environment. Our camera crew out at the University Arboretum today, and we found a friend. Little Rocket J squirrel was cruising around, and we're told by the locals here that the squirrels are not afraid of human contact. So beware.
On my walk this morning, I ran into there on the campus 27 turkeys, and they weren't afraid of anything either. They stopped traffic for about 10 minutes.
Very good. So Montana State, their turn. Johnson, is he going to bring it out? Nope. Thought about it, but then bobbled the catch and alertly takes a knee. So Montana State now. Talked about the quality of quarterbacking in tonight's game and how they mirror each other. Here's the comparison breakdown. Dakota Prukop, 16 of 23, 248, 3 touchdowns and a pick. He's also rushed for 56 yards. Garrett Safran, 11 of 23. His numbers really picking up. 231, 2 touchdowns, and 73 yards rushing.
Yeah, you can see, both of these defenses struggled coming in on defending the pass. Montana State, was 10th in the Big Sky Conference. I think Sac State was even worse than that, coming in at 11th. So you would expect to see those numbers start to pile up as we get deeper into this ballgame.
Johnson tries to get to the corner. He's run out of bounds at the 31-yard line, so a gain of 6 will bring up 2nd and 4. He got more than I thought was going to be there initially. Just so quick.
They do a good job, and he just does an excellent job of seeing the outside, putting his foot in the ground, and getting those 3-4 yards at the end of the run that really make the difference. I mean, now you're looking at all your options are on the table when you're at 2nd and 4.
Mitch Greibel and Tanner Roderick split to the right on 2nd down. The give is to Anthony Knight, who's got a 1st down and then some. Anthony Knight with good hard running to the 42 and a 1st down for Montana State. What I like about Anthony Knight, what I've seen of him, he doesn't mess around when he hits up there inside. I mean, it's just good hard running.
The guy does not lose yards, Chris. He is always getting at upfield. And boy, what a combination of backs when we can alternate between Sean Johnson and Anthony Knight.
Here's Knight again, and another good example of what we were just talking about. I mean, he gets hit. He looks like it's going to be maybe a 2-3 yard gain, and he's all the way up to the 49 of Sacramento to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, look at the hard running at the end. You're just not going to see this guy go down with one tackler. He's got 3, 4 that took a shot at him there. Finally takes 5 and gets who the 5th one is. That's the deciding vote when you get number 44 Sankey coming in and putting it on you. He is going to end a lot of plays. He's in double figures for tackles already tonight.
Armstrong trying to strip it. Here's Dakota Prukop, who's got running room. Prukop to the 25 to the 20. Prukop to the 10-5, touchdown, Montana State. Wow, the speed of Dakota Prukop as he simply outran the Hornet defense.
And you see him hugging Chad Newell there, because watch who springs him on the outside. Again, the offensive line boils those guys down inside. But Chad Newell with the great kickoff block, he opens up that lane, and then, as you said, Chris, the speed is just too much. But watch the kick out by number 17. That is just a beautiful block, and you can see it's nothing but open sailing for number 5 when you got wheels like he does.
Extra point is good. 4:09 to go in the third. Montana State ups the lead to 35-21 on the touchdown run by Prukop. A lot has been made about his speed and quickness, and you really saw it on display on that play, Mike, because he had to turn on that extra jet to get to the outside edge, and then once he did, no one was going to catch him.
No, I thought when I saw him at the 35, I thought there's no one going to get him. But both these quarterbacks, and we go over it and over it, but they're just both so impressive, because when they turn it on upfield, they're not just they are not a quarterback out there scrambling. These guys can take off.
Offenses again starting to pick up on full display here in the third quarter.
Well, Dakota Prukop up over 200, nearly 250 yards passing, and he's got a whole bunch in the rushing game, up over 111 carries, 105 yards, and a couple of touchdowns to boot.
It's time to singer up and get on your feet for the kickoff.
Well, a whole lot of discussion going on the Sac State sideline, and I think Darnell Sankey was having words with his coach about this holes in this defense. This one's going to be returned. Whoa, that's a special teams tackle.
This is a rapid deceleration on the part of Henny here. Watch number 5. He is flying this thing up the field, and all of a sudden it is all going to come to a very quick end. Nice job. I think it was Foster that was on there after returning from his early.
And there you see the two runners for Montana State, and we're talking about Dakota Prukop. This is for the season, 425 on 86 carries. Sean Johnson 63 and 350. So, boy, they get a lot of offense out of Dakota Prukop, both in passing and running. Here's Safran, and now he takes off running. Garrett Safran to midfield. He's going to be run down, still on his feet to the 30 and taken out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So Garrett Safran answers right back for the Hornets on a big running play.
Well, watch him. We saw Prukop break free, and now we're going to see it on the other side of the ball with Safran. He just hits up that seam and just got great wheels. Shows some impressive moves on the outside of the end of this run. But these quarterbacks living up to their billing so far tonight, Chris.
1st and 10 from the 23. Safran looks, got some room, and now is going to keep the football, and he goes out of bounds at the 20. It'll be a gain of 3, but there's a flag on the play.
Late flag comes in the middle of the field from the umpire. I think we're going to get a holding penalty. Looked like they had a handful of Taylor Dees up the middle.
Holding. Offense number 50. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Well, penalties can be a drive killer, especially when you're moving the football so well like this, but that holding call is going to back it up to the 33-yard line. First down and a long way to go.
Just really costly. We saw that hamper Montana State twice in the first half, where it was sort of a drive killer when they had to start in 1st and 20 on 2 consecutive possessions, and this time it's going to go against the Hornets, and they've got a long road to cover to get a first down here.
Safran completes it to the 28-yard line. Well, that was great coverage by Cole Moore. He was blanketed, but he still came down with the catch. Short gain.
Just drives up through the receiver. A good job by Carter to hold on to that one as he took a significant shot from Cole Moore.
Got 6 on the play, so 2nd and 14 from the 27. Safran, empty backfield out of the gun. Quarterback draw straight up the middle. Safran slides down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Well, it's getting to be a pattern of just their loading, or they go open formation, 5 receivers outside, and then they just sneak the quarterback up the middle where the Montana defenders have had to vacate. And when you've got a quarterback like Saffron who can run the football, it's a very effective strategy.
Now, how do you answer that now? If he's going to spread the field and he keeps running the quarterback draw, what adjustments do you make?
Well, I think you've got to, it's going to have to be with your middle linebacker who's going to have to stay home. One of those inside guys is going to have to not only come up a little bit on the line of scrimmage, but he's going to have to give up a little of that outside pass coverage.
Saffron to the end zone, and this is a touchdown. And guess who? A Goude in the end zone for the score.
Going to be a flag coming in late on this, Chris. I'm not sure what to call. Maybe some type of excessive celebration. It looked like it was clearly after the play, but there you see the catch. Touchdown. He just beats the defender, and as we've said before, he is a big target as he comes down the left side of your screen. The ball thrown perfectly, makes the catch, comes down in the end zone, and we'll get the call at the end of this one.
Had good inside position on Keaton, able to use that big body to keep that football in front, bringing it for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 86, 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Well, that's a big penalty, Chris, because now you've got a dangerous returner in Sean Johnson who can take it to the house, and he's most certainly going to get a chance to do that, at least to return it, because it's tough to just have enough leg to get that one into the end zone with the extra 15 tacked on.
Extra point is up and through. Minute 50 to go in the third. Let's take another look at both the touchdown and what they called excessive celebration. I didn't really see it, but
well, we'll watch it here. You see the touchdown is great. All is done. Drops the ball. Stay with them.
That's what they're calling? Huh.
Yeah, you know, if that's excessive, I think that's a pretty tough call. Didn't seem to be anything too serious, but we'll watch him a little bit more and see. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
The throat slash. That's going to get you the flag every single time.
Yep.
And really, a guy who's playing a whale of a ball game just did a really silly thing that's going to hurt his football team.
Well, it is, because any kind of return whatsoever, and Montana State's going to have a short field to work with.
Just hate to see that, Chris, when you've got someone that's playing so well and then just does something that is so, there's just no reason for it and there's no excuse for it. It's just, you've got to stay in control of your emotions, and you can't let something silly like that hurt your football team.
So Sacramento State will be forced to kick this from their 20-yard line. Brad Cornish will kick it away. Sean Johnson back deep, along with Gunnar Brecky. They stand just inside the 15. Cornish gets foot into it. Brecky fields at the 15, to the 25, to the 30. Brecky to the 40, breaks a tackle. Brecky still on his feet to the 30, to the 25, the 20. Out of bounds. Inside the 20-yard line.
Well, I talked about Sean Johnson, but Gunnar Brecky, obviously dangerous as well. He does a great job of getting this thing up the field. Watch him catch. There's a little bit of a seam. They've got a good wall set up, but he just turns on the jets. And we talked about the fact that just the penalty, you know, high likelihood that without the penalty, that ball is kicked into the end zone, and Montana State is beginning the drive at their own 25 instead of the 15 of Sacramento State.
Boy, what a huge answer that was to the Sacramento State touchdown. And every time tonight, the Cats have responded. Let's see what they do now. 1st and 10 from the 15. They stay on the ground. Up over the right side. Gain of 5 on the play. Didn't look like much.
Anthony Knight, he's always finishing the run. He finishes on his belly here, and that's where you get those extra two yards at the end of the play.
give them 4, so now they give them 5. 2nd and 5. They mark it at just outside the 10. Hey, you can, Anthony Knight, nice average tonight running the football. A lot of options here. Prue Kopp out of the gun, looks right, throws that way. Pass is caught by Brecky at the 10, but he falls down, so.
Well, that football is just delivered a little bit too low. Brecky is forced, you see him to go down and get the ball and loses his balance. And boy, Sankey was right there. Had he made an effort to turn that thing up, he was going to get a big shot from number 44, Darnell Sankey.
Big 3rd down. They need to get to the 5-yard line. Prue Kopp throws it into the back of the end zone, incomplete, intended for Herbert. And I think they're going to bring the field goal unit out, try to make this a 10-point advantage. We're down to 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Herbert was open, I think.
Herbert was open, and it was thrown in an area that it was going to be catchable. It looked to me like he was a little bit late getting his head around and never really located that football.
So this will be spotted on the 17-yard line. 27-yard field goal attempt from the right hash for Luke Daly. Kick has plenty of leg, and it is good. So Daly gives Montana State a 10-point lead on the field goal, 38-28 as we wind down to the end of 3. But Daly, he is having some kind of season.
He really is, and he's come on and been so solid. You know, and Bolton has been great for Montana State in the punting game. A little bit smaller numbers tonight, but these are guys that they're clearly among the leaders in the Big Sky Conference.
Well, and I think Bolton ranks top 10 in the FCS. He's been outstanding this year. Yeah, Bolton is 46-6 coming in, 7th in the FCS right now. So he's put up some big numbers kicking the foot. He's got that interesting style, doesn't he? This kind of that rolling kick that he does.
Yeah, and it has been very effective. You can just when you get that roll after the kick that we saw work so well for Sac State when they buried the Montana State offense on their own 2-yard line. But the special teams obviously has been a big part of it this evening.
This time Daly kicks one that is that was a smart play by Henny. Let's go down on the field for a Northwest Ford Dealers sideline report and Rob Cheselson.
Hey guys, you might notice that Sacramento State, a lot of their players are wearing lots of pink socks, pink wristbands, pink armbands for sweat. A lot of pink also in the student section. This is all because this is the annual Fight Against Cancer game. All proceeds from this game against Montana State will go towards cancer research.
Thank you, Rob. There you see the many of the students here for tonight's camp. It's a nice crowd on hand tonight. You know, they've had some trouble getting big crowds out to their game, but as their program has become better and better, it's attracting more fan base support. And of course, as you mentioned earlier, Mike, the Bobcats have traveled very well. They've got a big crowd over there on the other side.
Yeah, and they have had a ball game to watch from both sidelines tonight.
Saffron to Carter.
When we talked about they wanted to get him involved, and they certainly have. He has had a big 3rd quarter for them, and here we'll see him hook up again. Just a good pocket there. Ball is thrown and delivered on target, and you get a little feeling that DeAndre Carter is starting to get his mojo working, Chris.
One play, and they're into Montana State territory. That takes us to the end of 3 here at Hornet Stadium in California. Your score after 3, Montana State by 10 as we start the 4th.
If you
you have the symptoms, there are 3 things to know. 1, vein disease won't go away. 2, it will get worse. And 3, the earlier you seek treatment, the better. Rocky Mountain Vein Clinic is the first step toward looking and feeling better. Our laser treatments for vein disease are virtually painless, take less than 2 hours, and immediately relieve symptoms. Take the first step to stay on your feet. For more information, go to RockyMountainVeinClinic.com.
Take the chill off, inside or out, with a new fireplace from White Heating and Air Conditioning. Come in now and save up to $1,500 on fireplaces, stoves, and outdoor fire pits during their fall sale. Receive huge discounts on quality products like Napoleon. Extend your outdoor season with one of Napoleon's patio flames. Bask in the warmth this winter with a new fireplace or stove. Hurry in and save hundreds now during the fall fireplace sale at White Heating.
Call me or stop by White Heating and Air Conditioning to find your ideal fireplace.
After 70 years of serving the Billings community, Underwriter Motors has moved our downtown location. Hi, I'm Bill Underwriter. We're excited to make your car buying experience with us even better. Our brand new Hyundai, Buick, and Volvo dealership is now located right next to our Honda store on Zoo Drive. With hundreds of choices and fantastic deals, we are ready to serve you through each stage of your life. Come see for yourself why Underwriter Motors is the better buying experience.
ATV, motorcycle, RV, marine, your local Napa Auto Parts store wants you to know we have that for whatever you drive. In fact, Napa Auto Parts now carries nearly 450,000 parts for power sports, ag, lawn and garden, automotive, and more. See for yourself. Visit NapaOnline.com, enter your zip code and vehicle to shop for parts, or stop by your nearest Napa Auto Parts store. We have that. That's Napa know-how you can use. Nationally known, locally owned.
Back for the start of the 4th quarter, Sacramento State driving first down from the 46-yard line. And Mike, we're watching a game now where these two teams have combined for over 900 yards of total offense. And there was a point in this game from about the midway of the first quarter into the second where both defenses were very good. That's out the window.
It certainly is. Yeah, it has been all offense and really not even getting either one of these groups slowed down as you see another completion on the outside for the Hornets.
And that was caught by Dominic Coulter.
Well, you can see he's on the outside of your screen, but not in it on this one. And then that ball just takes off, delivered on target.
Yeah, they went to the outside receiver, and it's a first down catch to the 32. And right now, Garrett Safran is just having his way with this Montana State secondary.
He has got all the throws. We've seen him rifle the ball in. We've seen him throw the ball up high, where the back shoulder, where only his receivers are going to make a play.
Sacramento State, their first time out of the half.
Sacramento State takes a timeout. Little confusion over what they were going to do. Now, that may come back to haunt them at the end of the game. We shall see. 14:31 to go here in the 4th.
Our Allegiance rep doesn't have to consult with a home office. They are the home office.
Instead of choosing from a brochure, they built us a custom plan our whole company loves.
They do everything the mega health insurance providers do, except ignore you.
Call your independent insurance agency for a quote or contact us direct. It's time to pledge allegiance.
And look at those numbers offensively. I'll be the first to admit that math was not one of my better subjects growing up, but
well, let me help you out a little bit, Chris. That's
934.
That's a tie. Those are the same. Both teams. 467 yards apiece.
That is a lot.
And we got a quarter of football left.
I know. Here's Saffron. He wants more. Carter, touchdown, Sac State. That was too easy. DeAndre Carter coming on huge in the second half.
Wow, I would say so. He just flat beats Keaton on the outside. You can see him. He comes upfield and just absolutely runs by Keaton on the outside. And it is clean sailing. The ball is delivered perfectly. And we watch him cut to the inside. And he is wide open.
Wow. You know, Carter was so quiet for much of this game, and he has just exploded here in the second half.
Well, he's now up to 6 catches, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty solid start to this. We still got 14.5 minutes to go, Chris.
Extra point is good. Hornets within 3, 38-34. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be fun.
Hey, throw me a Pepsi.
The cooler! Introducing new wild cherry and vanilla Pepsi made with real sugar.
Gotcha! Who wants a drink?
A real big summer starts with new flavors of Pepsi made with real sugar. Grab some before it gets away. Get your Pepsi!
And with that timeout, let's take a minute to introduce the State Farm home lineup.
Ed Smith, Billings West End.
George Andrikopoulos, Grand Avenue West Billings.
Bonnie Dedmore, Billings Heights.
Tom Mack, Laurel, Montana.
Those are some strong-looking State Farm players there, really dedicated to their community.
Oh, absolutely. I'd certainly want them on my team.
We know energy costs are rising, and at Billings Insulation Service, your insulation superstore, we can help you save money. We'll recommend insulation for your project that will lower your monthly energy bills. We'll help you save money by selling you the exact amount of insulation you need, even if it's only half a roll. With the largest selection in Montana, we'll always sell professional-grade insulation at lower prices than the box stores. At Billings Insulation Service, your insulation superstore, we'll give you the expert advice you need, help you save money, and we always guarantee your satisfaction.
The Montana Telecommunications Access Program allows Montanans with disabilities to connect.
My caption phone is an important asset in my work as a financial advisor.
I can stay in touch with the world without touching a thing.
My electronic learning box is music to the world.
My amplified telephone lets me talk to my niece and my friends.
And best of all, for most Montanans, these services are free. Call us at 800-833-8503.
Welcome back to Sacramento, where the star of the second half for the Hornets has been wide receiver DeAndre Carter. In the second half alone, he has 2 touchdown receptions for 99 yards. He has a knack for getting in the end zone, guys. In the last 2 games alone, he's reached over the goal line 5 times.
That's a lot of offensive production out of one guy, and boy, he has found his stride here in the second half. This game eerily similar to one you and I did 4 years ago when it went into overtime, Montana State winning 64-61. And now let's see what happens here as they try the onside kick. Sacramento State says they have it. And they do. Whoa, boy, what a turn of events here.
Well, it looks like the ball may not even have made it the 10 yards here. You see the kick, it's rolling. Well, it was clearly touched by a Bobcat short of that 10 yards, so that ball was at that point live. Oh, but they're not going to call it. They're going to say the first touch was on the part of Sacramento State. That replay looked to me like that it was Montana State's guys who came up and made the first contact, but very difficult to tell. Let's take a look at that ball. You watch it closely. It's yet to go the 10 yards.
Yep.
Well,
good break there.
I think that's a big break for Montana State, Chris.
Well, it sure is.
It did look like the first touch was by a Bobcat.
So the Cats will have it from the 44-yard line of Sacramento State. Prukop breaking tackles. And he is hit at the 38-yard line. Good gain on the play.
Take another look. They run that receiver in motion, and boy, he just pulls it out at the last second. And that's not a lot of open field. He's making some cuts in there and taking some shots at the end of that one.
Anthony Payne in on the stop for the Hornets, but an 8-yard gain by Dakota Prukop. So 2nd and 2 from the 36. Short field for Montana State, trying to answer the touchdown by the Hornets. They'll stay on the ground. Anthony Knight, he gets stood up at the 35 and falls forward, and should have enough for the first down.
Boy, he gets popped pretty good here, Chris. You can hear it all the way up here. We are a long ways from the field. That is Sankey again, but look at where Knight finishes. He takes a big hit from the 250-pound linebacker who's leading the country in tackles and puts him on his back.
Going to move those chains for a first down. This is a huge possession for the Bobcats, and I say that, Mike, because they've not been able to stop Sacramento in any way, shape, or form here in the second half. So what you got to do at this point is match them touchdown for touchdown. Here's Knight again.
Again, the early pressure upfield, but able to make the first man miss and get back to the line of scrimmage and actually pick up a few yards. Watch, there's pretty solid pressure up front, but he's able to make that guy miss, get back to the line of scrimmage, and actually pick up one.
Toddy in on the stop, so just a gain of 1 will bring up 2nd and 9.
Peter Nonu was just flying up the field that time, and that is a big load to try and get stopped. 370 pounds.
Wow. Bobcats will stay on the ground again, short gain.
Well, they're trying to test the inside of that, but watch, they're really working on the inside here, but this front on the part of Sacramento State has just been solid. There is no penetration. They don't move one guy off the line of scrimmage. Sankey comes up and fills, and boy, that's an effective group if they can keep doing that. Look to Montana State to get out of that middle.
3rd and 8, Prukop looks, throws it long and deep, and incomplete. Try to get it to Gunnar Brecky.
Well, we'll take another look, but Brecky was pretty well covered all the way up the field on this one, but Prukop was focused in. He wasn't looking anywhere else, Chris, but the backer ran well with him, and he had safety coverage over the top. But on 4th down, they are not bringing in the kicking unit.
Biggest play of the game, crowd on their feet. 4th and 8, Prukop. Herbert caught at the 15-yard line.
Wow.
Mitch Herbert, the freshman, on a huge, looked like a back shoulder throw.
Back shoulder throw, but credit the offensive line. They bring everybody, and they're able to hold the pocket. They get one-on-one on the outside. He throws the ball short, back shoulder, and the freshman makes a big play for Montana State to keep this drive alive.
So the Bobcats convert on 4th down, so 1st and 10 from the 14. Anthony Knight with a short gain, and you almost get the feeling that Montana State has to score touchdowns and match them touchdown for touchdowns. Down to the field, and Rob Jesselson.
Hey guys, you talked about how big that 4th down conversion was. Actually, talking with Coach Ash a couple weeks ago, he said the team's been working extremely closely with a consultant out of New Jersey, going over the probabilities of 4th down conversions and when to go for it and not. Huge call there by Coach Ash.
2nd and 9 for Knight. Positive yards to the 10, so this is going to bring up A 3rd and 5 and another big 3rd down play. This will be very interesting to see what Montana State will do. Are they in 4-down territory?
I don't know what the analyst says, but I'll tell you what, you can, and Rob makes a great point in working with an analyst, but those analysts, they don't calculate the probability of a coach being let go after he goes for too many of those 4th downs and don't get it. So credit Coach Ash for being aggressive. We'll see if he needs to take another shot on 4th down here. It does not look like it.
Prukop in for the touchdown. Well, that was a beautiful play as Prukop sold it and then cut it up inside.
Well, they get a little pull on the backside here, and then the center clears, and boy, he just got clear sailing up the middle of the field where they have struggled. Look at the blocks it down. Makes one guy miss, and he is in for a score as you look at some happy Cap fans.
Extra point on the way. Whistle flags before the snap, so.
False start. Kicking team number 55. 5-yard penalty. The try will be replayed.
All right, so back it up 5 yards and try it again on the extra point. And once again, Montana State answering the Sacramento State touchdown with one of their own, and now pending the point could push the lead back to 10. Daly's kick is up and through. 10:21 to go in the 4th. Montana State leads by 10 in Sacramento.
Hi, I'm Deb. As a Northwestern Energy residential or business customer, you have access to a wide variety of energy efficiency programs. From rebates and incentives to numerous electric and natural gas money-saving tips, Efficiency Plus makes it easy to better manage your budget as well as your home or business energy usage. To learn more about all the E Plus programs and rebates offered, call or visit our website today. Together, we can deliver a bright and energy-efficient future.
What's a breakthrough? It's being able to forward calls to your mobile when something comes up. It's knowing that no matter how fast your company grows, your phone system will keep pace. It's freeing up the cash you need to expand or open locations. You see, technology isn't the real breakthrough. What technology can do is hosted IP phone solutions from Blackfoot.
Would you give up your bed for a night to help change a life? On October 11th, Help Family Promise of Yellowstone Valley raise awareness about homeless families in our community. Take part in the 7th annual Cardboard Box City at Rocky Mountain College. Bring your box, raise money through pledges, and support Family Promise's efforts to help families in need. Download a registration form online or call 294-7432 for more information. Get involved today.
Talk about spreading the love around if you're a receiver. And boy, everybody's been in on it tonight. Greibel, the leader, with 5, and then you just go right down the list. The tight ends are involved, the running backs are involved.
Well, I'll tell you, Chris, when you can do that, you get a lot of people on your football team that believe that every time they're going to go get open, you're going to get them the ball. And, boy, I just think that can really breed a lot of offensive success. And we've seen a bunch tonight. We're up over 1,000 yards of offensive production between these two teams as we see Henny take off up the middle of the field.
And this is going to be a short field for Sacramento State, as they'll have it from the 44, 43-yard line. Nice return by Henny right here. Cuts it back up inside.
Does a nice job just to catch that ball. He was coming up hard and hit at his feet, but he has been solid in the return game all night. Very impressive.
First and 10 for the Hornets at the 43-yard line.
10-12 to go here in the 4th. That's an eternity for these two teams. Hornets trail by 10. First down for Saffron. Looks, fires. Carter all alone inside the 35 and a first down. So Saffron goes right back to DeAndre Carter, who is wide open at the 35.
They are going to work this matchup. They've got Carter against Keaton, and they are liking it, Chris. He just beats him up the field, but because he's beat him over the top, this time he shuts it down. Actually, that was Barrett on the coverage there, my mistake, but they like that matchup with Carter on the outside of this.
Saffron this time throws underneath. Coulter makes the catch, and Coulter takes it down to the 13-yard line, and in 2 plays, the Hornets right back in business.
Well, just that fast. It's just amazing how quickly they have been moving the ball up the field the second half, Chris. Throwing the ball really at will. Montana State's secondary struggling, to say the least.
Saffron, inside handoff. Down to the 9-yard line.
Well, they went with a 2-back look that time. They had a back on both hips of Saffron. Just run a little cross the middle, picked up 5.
Taylor Sheridan in on the stop, so picks up 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 now from the 9. Inside 9 minutes to go. Saffron has Robinson in the backfield. Saffron fakes, keeps it, hits down to the 5-yard line. He's going to be a yard short of the first down.
Well, I'm not sure. Let's look at this replay. Look at the Bobcat. I think it's more on the outside. He stepped up hard into that passing lane and forced Saffron to pull the ball down, and then went back inside and made the tackle for a solo stop. Boy, that was a heads-up play by the linebacker, and this is no third down bigger than this one all night, Chris.
And you got Sankey now lined up as a fullback.
They've talked about he was going to, we'd see him in short yardage, and we'll get a look at him here.
He gets it, and he is just moving the pile. No signal yet.
Looks like they're going to, the outside lineman is marking him just short. So well, look at this, is 250 pounds of linebacker coming in there, and that is just will right there. They are driving it. Clearly from that picture, it looked like he was in. What we don't know is when they blew the whistle.
1st and goal, did get the first down, Sankey. And stopped initially, but then the pile just keeps moving forward, and that is a touchdown.
Just a good surge up front by that offensive line, and Montana State unable to stop this offensive unit from the Hornets in the second half. Look at that, that's just driving. You can see that offensive line is pushing, and they get just enough. There's no secret what's coming here, Chris. It's just going to be, the big man is going to come right at you.
So the extra point attempt to bring the Hornets to within 3 again. Kick is up and good by Brad Cornish. 7:43 to go in the 4th. So the Hornets go right down the field and score. And now it's on Montana State again as we go back and forth here in the second half. This is like doing an arena game.
They are moving the ball up and down the field, and it is happening in a big hurry.
You know, you got to give Coach Sears an awful lot of credit too, Mike, because he did not recruit a single player on this team. This was Marshall Spurbeck's team. They were his players, but it's clear to me, you know, and we've done a lot of games with Sacramento State, that this offense has not missed a beat even with that coaching change.
Boy, they certainly have not had. The last couple weeks have been extremely productive. Defense is struggling, giving up big yardage, but boy, they are right in the middle of this game, and you get the feeling, Chris, that it's going to be who's got, if you miss an opportunity to get points and probably touchdowns on any possession in the rest of this game as we go into the final 8 minutes, that you're going to come out on the short end of the stick.
Another final in the Big Sky tonight. Portland State has beaten UC Davis 23-14. Yeah, I just think that the way this game's gone here in the second half, if either team can get a stop, one stop, that may be the difference. Now Brecky going to bring this one out from the end zone. Brecky to the 15, to the 20, up over the 25, taken out of bounds. So it's just been punch, counter punch here. Late flag comes in. Let's see what that's all about.
Well, they seem to have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and they've done that on occasion tonight.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 16 of the receiving team.
Oh.
Half the distance to the goal, first down.
He's going to call this on Cole Moore.
Well, let's watch for it here. You can see there's the end of the play. We don't see the late hit, but see if we roll through it.
Yeah, they call it on 16, but that was not Cole Moore who was involved in that. I think that was Cleveland.
Whoever it was has just given Montana State an extremely long field to work with.
1st and 10 from the 14 as they start this drive. Prukop fires across the middle. Incomplete.
Had to get rid of that one a little bit earlier than he wanted to because of the pressure up the middle that time. He took a big shot when he did unload it. Roderick just not quite able to bring that one in.
Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing the ball on first down. We've seen him work those first couple plays with the rushing game as of late. So that time it's going to make it a little bit tougher. They go the screen on the outside.
Well, looked like it was set up pretty nice, but closed down quickly. Just a gain of a couple on the play is going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, this is a good job. They set up, they throw it out here. They've got some blockers in front, but that first defender was able to get underneath and allow them to get pressure from the inside.
Toddy in on the stop, so the gain was 4, 3rd and 6 now from the 18. Huge play, a little bunch formation here to the left on the bottom of the screen. Prukop's going to go the other way. And a busted play, and no one was in the area, and that's going to bring up
Herbert out there. They were trying to go to that back shoulder throw again, but just receiver and quarterback not on the same page. Herbert turned inside. Prukop threw the ball outside. So there's that big stop that you talked about. That's going to be a 3 and out for Montana State.
Bolton gets a booming kick away. Fair catch signals for and made at the 35 by Carter. So Sacramento State now with the golden opportunity. Both teams trading touchdowns, but now Sacramento State gets that one stop, Mike, that we talked about, and we'll see now if they can capitalize and regain the lead.
Well, you look at that. Just the offensive yards has been crazy the second half, but the big stop was made. Can MSU's defense answer? They have been very ineffective the second half, particularly in trying to defend DeAndre Carter, who is lined up wide, very close to the Hornets sideline, Chris, and he's got Bryce Keaton over the top of him, and I can't imagine that they're not going to go to him.
So Saffron goes to work now out of the gun on first down. He's got running room up over the 40 to the 44-yard line. Nice gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and short.
Well, the pressure starts to get to him a little bit, but boy, look at this. There's just a big lane for him to run up, and as we've seen, he can run the football. That's not your normal quarterback taking off just trying to protect himself. He is looking to get it up the field.
Second and 2 now for the Hornets. And that's more than enough for the first down up over midfield and into Montana State territory. Nice run.
Yeah, they do. It's just over the right side. They good. Look at the blocking that they get out here, similar to what Montana State has had when they've been able to use that winged tight end to drive down into the formation. But a good push by the tackle, and boy, nobody home that time by Montana State. This defense has got to go make a play, Chris.
Under 6 minutes now, first down. Robinson on the draw. And Robinson with a huge gain down inside the 35 to the 33-yard line, and a first down for the Hornets. And it's beginning to look, honestly, too, Montana State's defense is getting tired. And why wouldn't they?
I think they are in the middle of the field. They've had some guys they've rotated in there, but the linebacking core is not getting to those runs the way that they were in the early going.
Ball's at the 32 and a first down. Safran throws out here to Carter, who makes the catch. Carter inside the 20. Very close to another first down. We'll see whether, yes, that's another first down inside the...
Montana State tries to bring pressure here, Chris. You see the linebacker come from the outside, but just a really big cushion that time on the outside. Keaton over the top of Carter, had some inside help with Moore, but boy, they are just picking this defensive unit apart.
Numbers on Safran much better now. 19 of 31, 377 yards and 4 touchdowns. First down from the 17. Safran across the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Carter. Good coverage that time by Keaton, able to knock it down.
Boy, he times it perfectly. He gets another inside move by Carter. He breaks to the inside, but Keaton just drives up and pops this ball loose.
Second and 10 for the Hornets.
Great timing, Chris.
Yep. Second down and 10. Robinson tries to get outside.
Forced down by number 3, Bryson Key.
Boy, he almost gets by out here. You see Singleton up, fights up the block, forces him to the outside, and just gets enough of him to get him out of bounds on that. And we're going to be looking at 3rd and 6.
Third and 6.
You've got to think in this situation that they've got to pick this thing up or be forced to kick the field goal and try and tie this up.
Third down, Safran looks to the right. He's got his man inside the 5. And it's 1st and goal. DeAndre Carter with the catch. Big play there.
Well, they've clearly found the matchup that they want in this second half, and they are getting the ball to DeAndre Carter. He went with 1 catch early, and now they're throwing to him on nearly every play.
Here we go. Robinson straight ahead. Touchdown, Sacramento State. Robinson right up the middle, and the Hornets have taken the lead for the first time in a long while.
Yeah, since the very early going, they just put it all together on this drive, throwing the ball, running the ball. They are really starting to move Montana State off the line of scrimmage. They're getting a great push up front every time that they try to run the ball.
All important extra point here. Cornish's kick is good. 4:05 to go in the 4th. Hornets up the lead, 49-45.
So much happens within a day. It's hard to keep track of it all. Fortunately, you don't have to. That's our job. What we cover are the stories that matter most. The stories that happen where you live. This is the place to turn for news. This is home. At Color 8 Local News, a new leader is emerging.
This SWX broadcast is brought to you in part by Blackfoot Telecommunications, the region's business technology leader. Northwest Ford Dealers. Drive one at your Montana Ford store. CompareFord.com. Allegiance Benefit Plan. Your benefits at work. And Montana State University. Mountains and Minds. Busy week on the campus of Sacramento State. Lady Grizz in town yesterday and took down the Sacramento State Lady Hornets in soccer. Congratulations to Montana for the win there. And back to football here right next door. 4:05 to go in the fourth. Cats trail by 4 with 4:05 remaining. Brecky gonna have a chance to bring this one back. And Brecky is walloped at the 15-yard line. And again, long field for Montana State, and you can tell the momentum is certainly shifted to Sacramento State.
Well, this Sacramento State team is fired up, and they are flying down the field. Take a listen to that one. I tell you, they have been energized by this offensive resurgence here in the second half, Chris, and you are absolutely right. Right now, it feels like they are ready to put the gas down and finish this thing off.
It's been a long time since we've had a lead change as Gunnar Brecky tries to get outside and did a good job of staying with it. Picked up a couple of extra yards. They're going to mark it up close to the 20-yard line, so makes a little something out of nothing there.
Just good hard running on the outside. Again, T. Salano is making a nice block to spring his running back on the outside, but good hustle to the football on the part of that Sacramento State defense.
2nd and 6. Pressure up the middle now. Prukop's got all kinds of time. Flag comes in. Oh, Prukop sticks his head down and absolutely takes a big hit as he got into a straight-on collision with number 27. That was Russell Smith. No ducking or sliding at the end of that play.
No, it is not the time for any sliding. They got to fight for every yard at this point, but I'm not sure what the penalty is. It came out on the number about the 34-yard line. It looked initially like they might have had a lineman upfield, but he's fine to be upfield because the quarterback pulled it down.
Holding on the defense, number 48 during the run. 10-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so the Bobcats accept the penalty and get 10. That'll be a first down. Flag came in the backfield of the...
Well, let's see if we can pick it up here. I'm not sure where the holding was. Clearly, there's no receivers out in their routes at this point, and the flag was, just outside of that. It was about 4 yards upfield from where Dakota Prukop went down, but it's going to be 10 more for Montana State, and they will have the ball at their own 38-yard line.
So up to the 38. Montana State has all 3 of their timeouts remaining and 3:25 to go in the game, so all kinds of time. Inside handoff. One thing we have not seen here in the second half is Sean Johnson. Anthony Knight's has been the ball carrier pretty much the entire second half, so to see if Johnson may have gotten shaken up. We've not seen him at all here in the second half.
We've seen him in the return game, even though that he hasn't been picking it up. So I think it may be just a decision that they made to go with Brecky and Knight. Newell in there along with Brecky on this play.
2nd and 7 from the 41. Here's Prukop now. Boy, look at this. He's going for Brecky. And this is caught at the 25. Brecky to the 10, 5, touchdown Montana State. Whoa, what a play.
This is an extremely well-designed play. They bring Newell across underneath, and Brecky swings out the backside and gets behind that backer, or actually was the DB very early. That ball could have been thrown much earlier, but watch as you take it. He'll come. You can't see him on the outside, but boy, he just ran right by that defender. Defender unable to stay up, and Gunnar Brecky again making another big play for Montana State. He's been big in the return game tonight, and now that one, Chris, is huge.
Well, they made one big mistake on that play.
Well,
they
you're going to tell me they scored too fast. Yeah, you are probably right, but I'll tell you what. The Montana State defense, you talked about it being tired, but that's a play that's got to energize you. And you know now, if you can go out and get a stop, keep them from putting points on the board, that you're going to walk out of here with a win. But watch how far he is behind this defender. The ball is thrown short. He actually had 5-6 yard spread between he and the defensive player. A little bit more enthusiasm over there. I'm looking. Those Bobcat fans, but you are right. They don't think this one's in the books by any means.
Numbers on Gunnar Brecky, and this may be a bit of a coming out party for him.
Well, they announced earlier that Garrett Saffron had become the first player here at Sac State to throw for over 300 yards while rushing for over 100. Well, both quarterbacks have exceeded those numbers by a long ways in this one.
And this is going to be returned by Henney. And this time wrapped up at the 20-yard line. So for the first time in a while, Sacramento State got a long way to go here. A field goal to tie it, a touchdown to potentially win it.
Well, watch it. You've got Michael there, number 42. Kahari Garcia, I think, was there as well. Nope.
A wild game here at Hornet Stadium. So Sac State has the football, 2 timeouts remaining, 2:25 to go here in the fourth.
Do you think they might get the ball out to Carter?
I'm thinking they might. He's split wide right, bottom of your screen. And Saffron is looking that way, goes right to him, and he's wide open at midfield. And Carter taken out of bounds into Montana State territory and a first down.
For the first time tonight, he's been beating Keaton to the inside. This time he gives him an inside move and turns to the outside and is wide open again. And just like that, Chris, they're just picking up huge chunks. There's no secret. We know where they're going. Montana State knows where they're going, but they just have not been able to defend that young man.
First down from the 47. Looking to Carter again. Saffron this time. Incomplete. Flag on the play.
I think they are going to get Sacramento State for holding on the inside.
Holding, offense number 61, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, let's see if we can pick it up. The pocket breaks down. Saffron runs out to his right. Yeah, you can see the hold was on Sheridan. Number 90 was being held by number 61.
The time of possession is completely flipped in the second half. Sacramento State with the football for nearly 16 minutes. They're looking at 1st and 20. Saffron, and doesn't get much. Taken down at the 46-yard line, picks up 3, 2nd and 17. They need the 37 for a first down. 2 timeouts remaining, 1:45 to go in the fourth. A field goal does tie it. Saffron, 4 receivers in the pattern. Looks left, throws left. Got a man open. Agude at the 44-yard line.
Well, we haven't seen Agude targeted for quite some time. That time he was on the top side. covered by Flowers. A pretty good cushion, though. You can understand why you want to keep that guy in front of you at this point in the ball game when they've still got a ways to pick up. Good pass, good catch. Really pretty well defended. Drive him out. It's going to be well short. They're discussing something out there.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, hit below the knees. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run.
Oh, boy.
First down.
Well, that's going to put them, that immediately puts them in field goal range.
Well, and it's going to move the sticks, more importantly, where they did not see the penalty, who was coming in on him. But we can hopefully pick it up in the replay. But, boy, that is a costly one for Montana State. You can keep an eye on him. Throws the ball out. It goes out to Aguda, and then the defender comes rolling in. That's a new rule this year where they coming in below the knee once the ball has been released. So a tough call for Montana State. A big break for Sacramento State.
First down from the 29. Safran wrapped up and taken down back at the 34-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play.
Montana State brings the house here. They man up on the outside.
30-second timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
And bring all their backers, Chris. That is a big play for that defense.
Brad Cornish.
Well,
outcome of this game may rest on his foot.
He was 7 of 8 coming into tonight with a long of 48 yards, and he may quickly get an opportunity to try and go tie this one up.
Loss is back to the 34, so it's going to be 2nd and 15, and for the moment, would take Cornish probably out of field goal range. So,
well, I've got to believe that they're going to take some shots up the field on this side with Carter. They've got the matchup that they've wanted. They've been extremely successful. I'll tell you right now, he's got Keaton in kind of a tough way where he's been beaten enough that it's really hard to play with a lot of confidence out there. But we're going to get another look at it here, Chris.
2nd down. Carter here at the bottom of your screen. Watch him. Safran's going the other way. Back shoulder throw is caught by Agude, who makes the catch right at the 10-yard line.
Going back against Flowers on the outside. They almost put you to sleep with how few times they've gone after him this afternoon. But that time, Flowers was playing the deeper throw. And as you said, the back shoulder, Aguda comes back and makes a big play.
1st and goal from the 9. Safran out of the gun. Flips it out there. Tehani makes the catch. Whacked at the 5-yard line. Henny makes the catch. He gets 4. 2nd and goal from the 5.
Aaron Barnett out there in coverage makes a good tackle in the open field. Going to be another timeout. They're going to take the last. Well, Montana State's going to take the timeout.
Well, they're going to have to use all 3 of them here, Mike, or as how many they need, because if Sacramento State should score, they need to keep as much time as they can on the clock with one last possession. So Cats will burn their timeouts here. You still have 2 more on 2nd and 6.
Kick off the second at 6:05 p.m. That's Saturday night, October 18th. The Hornets and Cal Poly, 6:05 right here at Hornets Stadium.
Here we go, 2nd and 6. Minute 5 to go in the 4th. Hornets trail by 3. Safran looks, fires, caught, touchdown Carter. DeAndre Carter, who else?
Well, he has just gone crazy in the 2nd half. Up like that's his 11th catch now. He's going to be up close to 200 yards. And a 3rd touchdown. Take another look at it. Just like we've seen the entire 2nd half. Throwing out to 2 on the outside. And he has just had a monster on the 2nd half.
Cornish on for the PAT to make the lead 4. Kick is up and whoa!
Wow.
Blocked at the line of scrimmage, but had just enough to get over, and that is big. That is big. So 56-52.
Coach thought that they had that one blocked, and you can see the disappointment on his face. But they got to move on now, and they've got a minute, 2 seconds, and 2 timeouts. They've had success returning the ball tonight. Brecky has done a good job getting them in some decent field position at times.
With the timeouts and a minute 2 to go, they can work the middle of the field, Mike, with those timeouts and with the clock stopping on the down. So the Cats, with a decent return here, are going to get a shot. And maybe they scored with too much time.
And Gunnar Brecky has been averaging over 35 a return in this ball game. So very good chance that you can get some decent field position, but still, you got to move the ball a long ways to get it in the end zone. That 4 points is huge.
So it's all come down to the final minute of play here in Sacramento. Bobcats trail with a minute 2 remaining. Kick on its way. Brecky, he's going to bring it out. Brecky to the 10, up over the 15 to the 20. Brecky to the 30. Brecky on his way to midfield. Brecky to the 40, taken out of bounds at the 35-yard line. What a return by Gunnar Brecky.
Watch him go, Chris. And we talked about he has been great in the return game really all season, but this one is a big one for the young man from Helena. Just the kicker is able to force him out of bounds at the 30. Changes a whole lot now with great field position like that.
A short field for Montana State. 1st and 10 from the 30 with 52 seconds to go here in the 4th.
Well, these are the kind of drives that make your season, Chris. Montana State has an opportunity to go win this football game.
Here's Prukop. Pass to